Hamtado gifted a tier 1 sub to Romney_. They have given 11 gift subs in the channel.
Hello. I didn't expect anyone to come in so early. Usually almost nobody comes in this early. Hello, Romney. And hello, Hamter. Hope you've been well and are back home nice and safe. And thank you for the gift sub to Romney Hamter. So, today came back, like, woke up, went to work, did a bunch of overtime because I got pushed on with like a job that I don't usually do, and I'm the only person who was left that was able to do it. So I had to stay behind to actually finish it. So that was fun. On the train. Oh, so you're still going back home? Uh, well, I hope that you get back home very soon and get some very nice sleep. Because I know how much it's needed. But I was just gonna chat about like everything that happened at the expo, like some of the new people that we met, some like new connections that we made, and so on. Uh, so some of the people that followed over the past few days, we have. Let me copy this name. Hello, Diablo. Hope you've been well. Sorry I haven't been streaming. Been doing evening shifts for quite a while. Uh, everyone's just flexing and getting some good luck with all the sevens. Control C. Can I do SO? Did that not work? Come on, do it properly. Copy that. Does that work? Yay! So this person followed me. We actually met up at the expo, and she followed me during then. So yesterday she actually followed me. She's a like vampire VTuber, and yeah, she's very adorable. I believe you cannot time out VIPs. That's the only thing. I could time out Hamter, though. That's what I could do. Uh, can I do that? There we go. Managed to time you out. Was a bit fiddly. By the way, yeah, with the timeout message, I really should mention this in the description. But if you want to time out someone, you just write the name. So no @ symbol, just like the name itself. I don't know why it's like, because the way that it works, it pulls the entire like message out of it and then puts it into like the thing. Let me show it to you. Let me move this green. So I have this program that does like the stuff, so timeout, headpads, and stuff like that. The timeout basically takes the username, which is this that you mention in the message, and then it times that person out for 1 second. Yeah, that should probably be the case. Let me change that to 60 seconds. Save that. I should probably Spanish works at least. But that's because it's a internal command, not like the external one like this one. Save, okay, that's that. Okay, let me try it. Timeout. What if I just paste that? Sorry, Hamter, you're going to be my guinea pig for a quick second. I just want to see if this works. Might not do. That apparently did not work. Yeah. So I will need to check that another time, because apparently this does not work. And I'll need to fix it so I can have it automated instead of having to have like other people do it. Yep, apparently no one can stop you. Or it might just be because you're VIP, because it's using a, like I have an alt account, and it uses that, this Talespot, and a lower rank can't like time out a higher rank, so that's why VIPs and mods can't be timed out, and that way you do not lose your VIP or mod. Because when I was doing this before, I had that problem of where it did work, but it worked for everyone, which also meant that it was having to remove the mod or VIP status to be able to time them out, and I just wasn't having that, so I just created a completely new account and did that. Anyway, let's switch back. So, some stuff that happened at the expo. First day, you guys probably know, but for anyone new that might be here, so I went to the expo on Friday after work, like literally straight after work, and like with 2 hours of sleep. I went to the expo, met with the guys, Leonia, Hamter, Romney, Joltik wasn't there yet, Arctic, and Matt. I met with everyone there, and we met up at Spoons. I've never been to Weatherspoons until that day, because I do not go to pubs. I do not drink, so it was all new experiences to me. I had like so many new experiences over just that weekend. I did bring some stuff with me to the expo to give away, and that stuff I gave away to Hamter, Romney, Matt, Leonia, and Arctic. I gave each one of them a little plush toy that came from my own collection of plush toys. Each one, like, not all of them had names, just some of them, because like some of them belonged to my brother that I gave him, but then he didn't want them, so he gave them back to me, but I never like named them because they were originally his. But some of them had names, like the snake was called Elizabeth, the little piggy was called Stephen, and the two sheep didn't really have a name, and the Spider-Man was just Spider-Man. So yeah, the only two that did have a name was the Minecraft pig and my cute little snake that now is with Leonia. So that is all nice and comfy. Hopefully they all enjoyed their new homes. Dolly, nice. It's always nice to give like your plushes names, because then you can get attached to them more, and then when they tear you can cry over them, and when they get finally lost or something, you can mourn them like a pet, until you just accept it, and that's it. Either way, I take pretty good care of my plush toys. So today, I won't do a full rundown of what I've like gotten in the expo and stuff like that. I'm pretty tired today, so I just wanted to play some Genshin, do the new story quests of the new girl that I haven't really gotten a chance to do. But tomorrow, I should be able to finish work on time instead of doing like a bunch of overtime. And then, if I can do that, I will like set up my camera, like set out all of the like little things that I got. I will probably need to find a way to censor the more lewd stuff that I got, because I still want to show it off, just slightly censored. So that will be a thing. And we'll just go through like what I did through the entire thing. So that little snippet of just me coming in is just the start. Did like so much more, like so much, and just overall so many first times. I'll probably show off like the Twitter thread, or X thread as it's now called, on stream as well. But I'd say for now, let's just go in game and relax for a little bit. Booting up the game. I really should get like some background music, like background music that really fits me. Oh, and the most surprising thing from the expo that I can say is how many people found my mask either fascinating or just really cool. Also, it became like the most memorable thing that people now recognize me for, because it's just like the shock factor. Like the VTuber that I just shouted out, Evilate bit BGM? Okay. Evil 8-bit BGM. I do not know what BGM stands for though. Oh, background. Oh. Oh, so Resident Evil 8? That might work. I'll have to check that out later. Genshin has its own music for now. But because like a lot of VTubers have like background music that they usually play like quietly in the back, as they like do their chatting and stuff. Because I feel like me just talking and like the pauses that I do and so on isn't very attractive. Well, I mean, not attractive, I mean appealing. You still want like constant something going on. Gameplay. I really like the transition that I got. So like the wheel transition. I find that really good. I could do it going from the outside in as well. It's like a OBS built-in transition. Also, why is the game so quiet? There we go. That's not picking it up. Why are you not picking it up? Engine impact. There we go. I have not logged on in probably like a week. Oh, hi Arctic. Hope you've been well. And I hope you're well at home. Genshin time. Hi Nilu. I think we still have like a event to do. Oh, we have a couple of events to do. Yeah. Those might run out soon. Let me check out when they run out. So this one runs out in 6 days. That's fine. That one in 13 days. This one in 15 days. Did I do everything that I need to do? I haven't done the side quest yet. But what was that? This. Ah, the jumping thing. So we could start off, feels like forever since I've seen. if you call forever, like what, how many hours? For me, it's been like almost 24 hours now. Which, when you've literally slept with the people in the same room for like 3 days, it does feel a bit long. Let's go to this quest. Yes, this one. I believe this one is Kirara's quest. Yeah. Like the moment that I got to work today, I just felt like I wish I was back at the expo again. So that was some painful stuff.
The party finds no pedestal in which
Oh,
to
yep.
place the great clockwork
So-
key, only a locked door.
I
Where's your
started
client's
this
pedestal?
quest.
Let me guess, you hid it away in advance to save yourself the embarrassment of having it exposed as a fake?
Okay, so I started this quest before. I will go on a quick rundown. Kirara looks around the town and like tries to find her delivery, I think. And then a voice starts speaking out of nowhere. They find this group of toymen, but they think that one of them is the person speaking until like they're all there, and then the narrator starts talking again. So there's a mystery of the narrator, and then we like have to find a key. We had these puzzle keys where you hit them and then time reverses. So that one.
Done. Okay. Now, since my clan's main claim to fame is...
Misinformation, half-truths, and fabrication.
Ah, shut up, Cape.
Shut up, Cape.
Oh,
I swear, if I wind up dead one day, the murderer was Bobarano. Let those be my last words.
My clan's claim to fame is that we outwitted the Dragon of Old and stole its treasure. Ergo, all articles of value that we own, including the pedestal for the clockwork key, lie behind that door.
So, next step is open the door?
Almost. There's one step before that. The door is protected by a smart interrogation system. We have to answer its questions, and if we get them wrong, we will alert law enforcement.
Jeez. Well, do you at least know the answers?
The correction fluid of time has dyed white the pages of the Book of Wisdom. No, I don't know the answers. But
he's
worry
an
not.
idiot.
I had a quick word with the constabulary in advance. They'll ignore the alarm if we get the questions wrong, so answer without fear.
Knock knock.
Question 1. Who is it?
Please open up. We're here to routine inventory check.
The great yokai, Nekomata in boots. And the trusty travel guide, Pixie. Trusty travel guide.
Question 2. By which virtue did the ancients defeat the dragon?
Courage and strength, hard work and wealth, wisdom. He said wisdom last time, but technically, we defeated the dragon and then turned him into this little dragon. So we
This is the
technically
right answer.
defeated the dragon.
Correct.
What? A barefaced lie. So low.
Question 3. Which is more real? The fiction of the outside world or the truth of this world?
Both are false. Perhaps both are equally real.
Hear, hear! Who can be sure that the outside world isn't just a dream? And that when the dreamer wakes up, they won't just find themselves inside a novel? There is no way to know, therefore both are equally real.
The moment that we
All
are out of
correct.
this
You
cutscene,
may have the
I will
key,
be going
Professor.
to the new character's story. I'll do this in my own private time.
Traveler Marquis, you know what must be done. Please insert the great clockwork key. Oh, and this is my family crest.
Oh. Oh, it's the literal key. Well, for now... what are the events? Oh, what's this? Oh, these are the songs. Anyway, what I wanted to do is go into here and do our new ladies quest. Step quest. Let's go. Oh, yep, I need to open the map. Not this. What? Where the hell am I going? Sumeru! Our new scholar. I'm still not sure if I actually want to pull for her or not. I do hope you guys got enough merch that you wanted from the expo as well. I got like 3 of the shaker cups. It's Tighnari!
I thought I told him to spray it with water to retain moisture before applying the film. You
Oh.
can't treat a glaze lily like a cactus. If Sanjay does this again, the loss will have to come out of his food expenses.
I'll go talk to him. At this rate, he won't even be able to afford eating cacti for much longer.
Hey, Tainari!
I love Sumeru's music. It's so
Oh,
peaceful.
it's you two. It's been a
You
while.
know, maybe I should
What
have that
brings
as
you to
my
Port
background
Ormos?
music.
We didn't have anything to do, and this place looked pretty lively, so we decided to stop by. But,
How many flowers?
what's with all the flowers around here?
Well, Port Ormos is currently organizing a flower exhibition featuring flowers and plants from all over Teyvat, so I came to help out. The exhibition includes flowers from every corner of the world, each with their own unique properties and needs. With that in mind, the curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar capable of retaining heat and moisture. Even so, an expert is still required to develop tailored transportation and care plans for each type of flower.
Oh, and that expert is you, right?
Not this time, no. I'm just here to help out. The expert in charge is someone else.
Mr. Tainari!
Oh, hi,
Sanjay,
Claw.
He confused the poisonous bulbs with
Oh,
garlic
yeah.
shoots, and he ate them!
Thank you.
Never mind. Forget about what I said about the
I
food
forgot to
expenses.
change the game.
Apologies, Traveler, Paimon. Looks like I've got something to take care of. I'll be back in just a moment.
Tainari's busy no matter where he is, huh?
Yes, it's her quest. First time seeing it. Also, happy birthday! Hope you have a very nice birthday with a lot of cake and so on. Hope you got everything that you wanted. Too many people are careless about what they eat. Seems like that would be a Chavad Paimon. Too many people don't do as they're told.
Yeah, seems like it. Some people just need supervision. Well, looks like Tainari might be busy for a while. Let's take a look around the port in the meantime.
And we begin. Blood Dew. Oh. I will swap to my Bloom team for this one. Because we are in Sumeru, and this is a Sumeru quest. So I'll keep Farina and Nilu. Swap to...
There are still so many places for us to explore.
And
Everything's
go.
ready. Let's go.
Wait, do I have another water character from... I could do triple that. No, she's not from Sumeru. She's from Imazuma. Kave. Oh, I do need to level her up. But Nilu is sort of already my main DPS. So I guess we're going for Resident Diva. Oh, pressing random stuff. There we go.
Wow, look at these flowers. They smell so...
Wait, does she have allergies?
Huh?
Okay, I already love her voice just from the huh. Something wrong.
Paimon's... fine. She's just got a little...
Okay, how is she? I don't feel like she's ever been
Rainbow
allergic.
roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilia's? No wonder.
She sounds like an older sister.
It's getting worse. Why?
Maybe you're sick. Should we go find Tanari?
But, I was fine just a moment ago. She didn't even eat anything weird.
A
Oh,
moment of your
she
time,
sounds
you
so
If it's not too much
congested.
trouble, perhaps you could try this incense.
Yeah, she's definitely giving off very big sister vibes.
Incense? Oh, the scent is so nice.
You can talk normally
Oh,
now.
that was fast. Paimon doesn't have to sneeze anymore.
Damn. Love her character and the design, but why is she burn? Oh yeah, her ability decreases burn damage.
Think nothing of it. From your attire,
why
I
is
imagine you
that?
two aren't from Sumeru either. Seeing as we're both travelers from abroad, it's only right that we help each other out should the occasion arise.
Oh, so you're here for the flower exhibition too?
Maybe,
I suppose that's accurate.
you know what
Allow me
it
to
could
introduce
be?
myself. I'm Emily, a perfumer. from
Because
Fontaine.
of the new region that is coming out soon. He might be, there might be like areas that
Traveler,
burn you
right?
and stuff,
I've heard a
just
lot
like
about you from the
passively.
Steambird. It's
So
nice to
you might
finally
need
put a
like
face to the name.
fire resistance and so on. And she might just do it passively. Yeah, so they might be like putting her out now, so the people that have her in the future feel like, oh damn, now we can use her like for this stuff. But for a Dendro character to be resistant against fire, that sort of seems redundant, but that's just me. I've heard a lot about Yupa as well, although I didn't expect to run into Yupa in Sumeru.
What happened back there? Why did Paimon start sneezing all of a sudden?
Have you ever heard of hay fever?
Yes,
To put it simply, when inhaled, certain pollens can trigger abnormal physical reactions.
But Paimon has seen these kinds of flowers before and nothing weird happened then.
Well, we're all different.
Paimon has
The
hay
factors that
fever.
can trigger a reaction to certain stimuli vary by person. In isolation, the effects of pollen pollens may seem minimal, but inhaling various types at once can trigger a more overt reaction. But there's no need to worry. Pollen allergies can be effectively mitigated with the use of medication.
Oh, well, that's good.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Is everything all right? I left in such a hurry, I forgot to warn you about all the pollen in the air.
Yeah, Paimon was not having a good time.
Emily? Ah, what a coincidence. Looks like my worry was misplaced then. The Traveler and Paimon are in good hands.
It was nothing, really. We happened to run into each other shortly after my arrival, and I offered them a bit of help, that's all. I'm more curious as to why you thought the Traveler and Paimon were in danger. Allergies are highly unpredictable. If you were concerned the pollen might trigger a reaction, that must mean something similar has happened in the past.
Not to us. I don't believe it happened to us.
Remember the first time we
Oh,
met?
that.
You fainted after inhaling Spirit Borneal.
That was an allergic reaction? But Paimon was the victim this time.
The Spirit Borneal didn't affect Paimon at all, and now she's the one suffering. It makes no sense.
It's not really something you can make sense out of, Paimon. There are all kinds of allergies out there, caused by a variety of different factors. Some people are even allergic to almonds. It's not something you can generalize.
Exactly. I even encountered a case in Fontaine where someone had an allergic reaction to soba noodles their family brought back from Inazuma.
Whoa. Good thing Paimon isn't allergic to anything delicious.
Are you a doctor, Emily?
In a manner of speaking, although you could say the patients I deal with are rather unusual.
In addition to medicine, Emily
But
is
the thing
also
is,
very
when
knowledgeable
do you
about botany.
realize
She's
that you're
taught me a lot
allergic
about the
to
native
it?
flora around
When
Fontaine.
you start eating it, or when you're like
And that's
halfway
where
through
my
eating it?
expertise ends, I'm afraid. When it comes to breadth of knowledge, Tainari certainly comes out on top.
A flower expert? Oh, Paimon's got it! You must be the expert Tainari mentioned, the one in charge of the exhibition!
Also, do you think they have
Wrong
penicillin?
again, I'm afraid.
Well, I did come for the exhibition, but only to inquire about the Auguste variety. I'm not involved in any official capacity.
Oh, Paimon was sure she got it right this time.
The goose variety? What's that?
It's a kind of flower that was once popular in Fontaine. The perfume made from it also bears the same name, Auguste.
Auguste, huh?
Maybe
That's
Farina
not
would
an
know.
easy often nowadays.
In an ancient
He is
language,
500
the
years
word
old
is
after
said to
all.
mean sacred or noble. It's sometimes used as a name for people as well. Ah, that reminds me. Are you familiar with a historical event in Fontaine known as Perfume Mania?
No. Oh, did you know a fact? There are specific laws in Fontaine. One of the laws is that no pet is allowed to be called by Farina's name. So Farina literally banned pets being named Farina. That is one of the laws.
Perfume Mania was an event that occurred in Fontaine nearly 20 years ago. It all started when several merchants released their own lines of high-end, expensive perfumes, marketing them as must-have luxury products, the very symbol of elegance itself. No one anticipated the absolute frenzy this would create on the market, causing the price of perfumes to skyrocket. The demand was twofold. What some saw as a status symbol, most saw as a money-making opportunity. You could take advantage of the soaring price by hoarding them and reselling at even higher margins. The value of these products became so inflated, regular bottles of perfume were even going for hundreds of thousands of mora. This resulted in countless disputes and scams. But
That
at the
reminds
end
me
of
of
the day,
the
perfume
toilet
is just
paper
perfume.
crisis.
The market value greatly exceeded the intrinsic worth of the product, creating an economic bubble that was never going to last. Luckily, the Palais Mermonia recognized the danger and intervened before the craze could truly spread. Many profiteers and scammers were thrown in jail as a result. In the end, only a few wealthy families were affected when the bubble popped.
There was a time in history where this was also kind of a thing, but it was called Tulip Mania. So what people used to do is they had like tulips, but they would only grow like in certain seasons. But when they like finish growing, they would turn back into its bulb, so you could replant it again. So people would like show off their wealth with tulips, and then like people started like buying tulips for bigger prices and then selling them to other people that also like thought that they could sell it for more, and then it just the price kept increasing until it all crashed and sort of caused a small economic crisis in like the 1800s, I think. This was like a long time ago. I'm a bit of a history nerd because one of my studies was history, so I know some of this stuff.
What does all this have to do with that Auguste you mentioned earlier?
Well, during the craze, the most popular perfume was none other than Auguste. The demand far exceeded the supply, to the point where it once sold for 10 million mora a bottle.
10 million?
Then what about now?
Paimon, we have 50 million in the bank right now. What the fuck are you talking about? Why are you so excited about 10?
After the mania ended, most perfumes returned to a normal price. Auguste was the only exception. Its namesake, the flower used to create it, went extinct. As a result, no new bottles of Auguste have been made, and the value of the perfume remains exceedingly high.
Drank some water.
Indeed. The Auguste flower was not a natural variety, you see. It was specially cultivated for use in perfume making. When the bubble popped, all the flower beds used for its cultivation were destroyed in a fire. The variety has never been seen since.
But didn't you say you came to the exhibition to look for it?
Ah, yes. I came to investigate a certain rumor that the Auguste flower has reappeared in Sumeru. It's causing quite the stir in the Fontaine perfume market.
Traveler, we should help Emily look for it.
It's just a rumor, Paimon. There's no way that it's easy to find.
I have to agree. Emily wrote me to ask if I could look into the rumor, but the forest rangers haven't received any reports of new plant species recently.
Even if I can locate the flower, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed, Paimon. I don't have any grand Mora-making endeavors planned. Divine, noble, one of a kind, all beautiful sentiments to be sure, but to me, they overshadow the very essence of the product. When it comes to perfume, I want people to forget the price and the prestige, and focus on the beauty of the fragrance itself.
Wow, so
Wait, is she a
noble.
perfumer? Though a person who creates perfumes.
Of course, there's also a more practical reason. In recent years, low-grade counterfeit versions of Auguste have been popping up on the Fontaine perfume market. Every so often, someone will claim to have recreated the unique scent of Auguste, and the rumor mill will start comparing the counterfeits to my own work.
Okay,
Wait.
that's more like the reason Paimon had in mind.
Ever since that rumor started, 3 new perfumes claiming to be made from the Auguste flower have appeared on the market. If I can dispel the fanaticism surrounding Auguste, even just by proving the rumor to be false, Fontaine's perfume market can finally start to get back to normal. Then I'll be free from all the stories and added meaning and just focus on making what I like.
That makes sense.
That's why she had incense with her. It's the type of fragrance, so. Either way, even if it's not for Mora, we could still help out.
Oh, I would of course be grateful for your help, but I wouldn't want to trouble you.
Oh, we don't have anything else to do.
Well, you said it yourself. We're both travelers from abroad, so it's only right that we help each other out.
I really like her eyes.
Ha! I suppose you're right. Then you have my thanks.
Based on the information I have so far, it's unclear if the rumor is true. Mr. Edgar also thinks it's too early to say, but you could always go talk to him. He was there all those years ago, after all. Maybe he'll know something.
Huh, I was just about to pay him a visit at the hotel.
Edgar? Who's that?
The person you've been trying to guess this whole time.
Oh.
The flower expert in charge of the exhibition. He's also the most respected and experienced perfumer in the area. Back when he was still working in Fontaine, Auguste was his creation.
I should also mention, he was my teacher, the one who taught me the basics of perfumery when I apprenticed in Sumeru.
I feel a bad plot coming on. Like he's the villain or something.
To teach people from Fontaine? It sounds confusing.
It's a long story. If you're interested, we can talk more about it when we see him. He should be staying near the hotel.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do... Not this, I'm just clicking this so it goes away. How many wishes do I have? I have 30 wishes. And how much pity do I have? I have, let's say... What's that? 40 pity. So I can go up to 70 pity. I do have 800, which gives me another 5 wishes. Should we wish for her? Because I was somewhat saving up for like the noob area and stuff. But the Archon isn't going to be coming out until like near the end anyway, so I think, yeah, let's do it. Okay. Let's see if we got anything interesting. Yep, I already have her fully done. Yep. Well, that's an extra wish for us. Yeah, that one. I don't really see any benefit in these weapons. Time to wish again. Purple once again. Razor. I believe we have him fully done as well. Oh, 2 purples. Yep, we have all his constellations. That just means that we get another wish. And after this one, we'll get another purple one, and no matter what, we'll at least get 2 of these ones, which means we'll have another wish and another 10 pull. Okay. Still nothing. So this is going to be 80 pity now. I already have her fully done. And we get another jungling as well. Wonderful. Let's get 2 wishes here. Now, should we do single pulls or just a 10 pull? I'd say let's just do a 10 pull. Yes, okay. It is not a guaranteed, so we could be getting a like standard banner. Yes,
Hello.
I win all my 50/50s.
Team related by any chance? If your inquiry is of a different nature, I suggest we find a quieter place to talk.
Her voice is nice. And we got a purple weapon. Nice. She's so adorable. And I believe she's a catalyst user. Wait, if she's a catalyst user, do I... let me check. Where she should be right at the back. Weapons. Oh no, she's a spear user. Oh wait, That means I have every type of spear user now. Do I have a good spear for her? Maybe this one? No, she doesn't heal. Yeah, you can just have this one. So now I have every element of spear user, because I was just missing the Dendro version of the spear user. And there we go. I am happy. Oh yeah, her weapon is that weird one, isn't it?
Exhale all your sleepiness into it, and then...
Let me claim this. Wish. Have I tested her out yet? Should we do one more poll just to see if we get anything? Yeah, let's do it. Nah. Okay, so that's her weapon. I wonder what she looks like with it.
Now flying away.
I don't think I've done the... Yeah, I haven't even done this. Let's check it out. I want to see her in her full glory. Oh, Kirara's there too.
Get out of here!
Okay.
Reconstitute!
Oh, wait. He does a lot of physical damage. Damn, she does like 10k off that.
Russian floral!
Let's get down to business.
Wait, does she heal too?
Get out of here! Everybody stand back!
Mighty mythical beast!
Damn. Okay.
Neutralize!
I feel like I will be using her a lot. And it gives her a shield too.
Alley-oop!
Where's that Kirara? No, that's definitely her.
Delivery! Extract! Russian floral!
Okay, that is just spamming at this point. The spear doesn't have any like special effects.
This will do! Many happy return!
I just want to see her moves. She is quite slow with the spear. Compared to like most spear users, she is pretty slow. But damn, her movements are nice. They really made the movements accentuate her legs. The spear is very nice. It is more like a wand than a spear after all. Also has a 100% uptime skill. So she's... Oh yeah, because her... Oh, so I'm guessing her E lasts longer than the cooldown.
Reconstitute!
Oh, that is so good. Okay, yeah. That makes it even better. Because Zhongli, Arena, Raiden, and now they all have like unlimited abilities, in the sense that their E's regenerate regen faster than the actual thing is. Oh yeah. let's go to and do our girls. I do have her at C2, so I don't really need her need any more of her. The C2 is just so I can spam her E, because it gives it 2 charges of the E.
Come a little closer.
Dodge this!
Booba, get them!
They're about to get dicey.
Oh,
Don't get frostbite.
that is good damage. Should probably learn some better team comps with the girls, but Hu Tao, Yelan, and
Coolest. This moment will be frozen in time.
who else? Shinha? Yeah, Shinha work
Try not to
really
enjoy
well.
this too much. Here comes the catch.
Oh, you die. Oh, sorry, hit the microphone. Okay, that's pretty good. Everyone else already know how they work. Now, let's put her on our team as well. I don't think I want to... She is, I think, better than Kale, because Kale is good with her like area effect, but the problem is it doesn't have unlimited uptime like our girl. Do I have enough materials for it? I might do. Let's just see how far I can lever her. Oh, I don't have enough of those. Of course I don't. So, oh, it's from this boss.
First, get into position like this.
I fought him a bunch for Arlecchino, but then I just didn't fight him anymore. Let's see some of her... oh, okay. Oh, that's from the spear. Right. Because the spear gives 36 critical damage. Wait, does that mean that she has... No, that must be the spear as well. Yeah, it increases... No, it only increases defense and attack. Where's that extra critical damage coming from? Oh. No recommended just yet. Probably just because she's a very new character. So what would go best with her talents? When the Lumidius case created by Emily is on the field, all party members gain 85% pyro resistance. Also, that means Arlecchino becomes immune to fire damage because of this. Because she gets 100% pyro resistance. Because my Arlecchino currently... where's my girl? Oh, wait. Oh, that should be on. Oh, I need to actually have her in the team. I forgot.
Yep, that's it.
Let me pop her up. Okay, so let's swap you with our new girl.
It would be my honor.
And you with Arlecchino for a second.
No need to fret. I shall handle this.
I love her so much. So now we should be able to see a increase in all her... yeah, currently only 12% because I don't have her like fully done. It's supposed to be up to 3000 damage. but I was like changing her artifacts around a little bit, and her damage slightly decreased. Yeah, because I had all these as attack artifacts. I could swap to purely attack artifacts. So if I swap it with you and have this one as well, that should... Oh, actually, yeah, 3,000 damage. That means... Oh, wait, I need to back out, look around a little. And now it should be 20. Yeah, 20 all aboard, all around. That means now she should be immune to 100% fire damage. Let me go test that out. I need some grass. Let's go to a field real quick. So, Emily. Oh, I need a enemy. Or just like a campfire. Wait, food stalls. Once that, you're gonna actually come in handy for once. I believe... Yeah, over here. There should be a campfire nearby that we can just run into. We're just doing a quick test and then we're going back to the quest. See if this actually works. Where is that girl? There's a girl who has like a campfire with her. Where is she? Ah, there she is. We literally ran straight past her. Okay, so if we do this and this... Oh no, he still takes fire damage. I thought this was like supposed to completely negate fire damage.
Never go adventuring on an empty stomach.
I need some enemies. Because the different areas give you like different amounts of fire damage. Billy Charles, I need to kill you. Okay, they're all dead. Okay, who can I... Wait, how can I get up there? Let me... I didn't even jump for that. Come on. Wait, don't hit me. Okay, so now we should be able to light fire anywhere. Oh no. There we go. So that, and if we do that... Oh, I get it. It isn't a additive. It's... so what it does, that goes first, this one goes first, removes 85%, and then Arlecchino, that little bit that is left, then also removes that damage as well. So that's how that works. So it isn't additive, it's subtractive. Okay. So it doesn't add them together and then subtract it, it just takes one away, and then from that smaller number it takes it away again. So yeah, sort of impossible to have complete fire resistance, but actually, do we have a fire resistance potion? No, the camera event expired. Well, I already had it anyway. Food. Do I have a fire resistance potion? That increases pyro damage. That increases pyro resistance. Okay, so if we do that, we put her ability up, and put Arlecchino down. Okay, now it's down to 10. Yeah, it still does it in a range. That's down to 12. Okay. So yeah, you'll never be able to get like complete resistance to anything, but you can get it goddamn low. Okay. Now we have another girl to the list. Oh, I should probably favorite Arlecchino. There we go. So these are my favorite girls. You know what? Emily gets favorite too. And there we go. Now, back to the quest. And let's change out to Farina. Because we still want that bloom.
I knew you'd miss me.
Yes, we always miss you. Where do we go now? Ah. Back to Sumeru. And back to the quest. After testing out Emily's abilities and so on. I wish it gave you more than just fire resistance, but as I said, I believe it's gonna be like mainly just so you can avoid fire damage in like the new
The
areas.
exhibitor paid a large sum to rent out the hotel and surrounding buildings. They're being used as temporary storage facilities and lodging for exhibition personnel.
Seems a bit excessive.
Yeah, what if guests come early? They won't have anywhere to stay. Also, renting out this big of a hotel, how are they gonna make that Mora back?
That sort of seems like something Romney and Hamter would do. If they ever actually ran an event.
It's been so long, I almost didn't recognize you, Edgar.
Well, you and your brother haven't changed a bit.
Oh, yeah, all this catching up is nice and all, but let's get down to business. We need to talk about Kyria. Is he...
Hold on, we have guests.
It's nice to see you again, Master.
Oh yeah,
Emily,
also, whilst I was
is
at
that
the
you?
shop, I bought a
It's
crate
been
of strawberries.
Look at you. You're all grown
They
up.
will go off
I've heard you've become quite the famous perfumer in Fontaine.
tomorrow,
It
so
would seem the
I need
student
to eat
has
them
surpassed
by
the
today.
master.
Oh.
Well, some of
It's all
them
thanks to
are
your
looking a
mentorship.
bit sad currently,
Hardly.
so
Hardly. I taught you the basics. Hearing
yeah,
you call me
gonna need to
master,
try and
well,
finish them as
I'm
fast
not
as possible.
Sure I'm deserving of
Might
that
put some
title.
sugar on them or
I've
something
taught
like
many
that and
students here
just
in
make them
Sumeru
into
over the
jam.
years, but I've yet to see one turn out quite as accomplished as you. You're the only one who can take credit for that success. And who are these
Also,
two? I don't recall you mentioning them in your
as I
letter.
said before,
Ah, they're my new friends, the Traveler
the
and
plot line
Pylon.
sort of goes towards that he's gonna become the bad guy. Or that's what I suspect. And seeing that most of the Genshin stories lead to that direction, yeah.
Emily's friends. Well then, the pleasure is all mine.
And these two gentlemen? Are they friends of yours, Master?
Still looking forward to it though.
Of course, we're perfume merchants from Fontaine. I'm Ood, and this here is my younger brother, Blaze. Edgar and the two of us are old friends. Isn't that right, gentlemen?
They don't look like they're from...
yes.
Merchant brothers?
You must be here to look for the August flower then.
Huh?
Well, what respectable perfume merchant hasn't heard of Auguste? Anyone in the business would be interested in the rumors.
I'm guessing you're here for the same reason, Emily. We were just about to get into it, so you three might as well join in.
I feel like
commissioned a
they're
few
the bad
Eremites
guys.
to do some scouting for me. They searched all over Sumeru, but there were no sightings of the August flower. That being said, there are people in Port Ormos who claim to have smelled a unique fragrance on the streets. Definitely floral, but still distinct. Some of them were merchants who lived in Fontaine 20 years ago. According to them, the fragrance smelled exactly like the Auguste they remember from back then. A one-of-a-kind, divine, and noble scent.
Maybe someone around here just happens to have a bottle of Auguste from back then.
How expensive would that be?
No, I don't think so. I doubt that's the case. Even if someone had a bottle that was never opened, the fragrance of the perfume would have changed over time.
Yep.
Very few perfumes can go decades without a change in scent. Auguste is even more prone to that kind of shift. Only a few bottles still exist in Fontaine, and their scent would have completely degraded by now.
So at this point, they're just a
Could
collectible
there be a
item,
flower out
not
there
an
with
actual
similar
usable item.
fragrance? Or in accord with the same base notes?
Impossible! If Auguste were that easy to replicate, it would never have sold for such a high price all those years ago. The Auguste flower is back. It has to be.
Technically speaking, the scent wouldn't be impossible to imitate.
Well, let's table that question for now. Edgar, did any of those people mention where the scent was coming from?
No. By the time they realized they had smelled something, the scent was already gone. If I hadn't asked about it, they probably wouldn't have given the experience a second thought. Compared to things we see and hear, smells can be much easier to overlook.
It almost sounds like someone wearing the Auguste fragrance passed them on the street.
Wait, are you saying...
Just thinking out loud. Don't pay me any mind.
We don't have much to go off of right now, but we can't rule out that possibility. I'll send some more people to investigate. You all traveled so far to be here. Why don't you rest in the hotel for a bit? Oud, Blaze, this is the key to your room.
Ooh, you've got the keys to the rooms? Do we get free lodging too?
My apologies. All the rooms in the hotel are accounted for, I'm afraid. Most are being used for storage ahead of the exhibition, you see. I managed to tidy up one of the rooms for these two at the last minute, but by the time Emily wrote to me, there was no more space left for her to stay.
Oh, that's
and
too
we
bad.
just showed up out of the blue. Guess that means there's definitely no space for us.
I should have been more considerate. Here I am with an entire hotel at my disposal and no place to offer you to stay, even after you made the trip all the way to Sumeru.
Don't worry, Master.
We can
I can sleep on the
teleport.
boat tonight. Or I could even camp in the wild. It would give me the opportunity to collect some plant specimens while I'm here in Sumeru.
I'm familiar with Sumeru's wilderness. I'll come with.
Ah, even better. Although, would it be possible for me to leave some of my luggage here? It would be rather cumbersome to take it camping. It shouldn't take up too much space.
Well, about that.
It seems like Edgar and the others don't want anyone to stay near the hotel, but...
Of course, no trouble at all. My brother and I will keep an eye on them for you, as long as you don't mind, mademoiselle.
All right then. Oud, why don't you take Emily inside and find a suitable place for her luggage? I'll prepare some refreshments and join you in a bit.
Why are there so many corrupt people? Well, let's hope we don't see anything that they don't want us to see.
Whoa, the
That is a
smell of
lot of
flowers
pollen.
is so strong. Didn't Edgar say he tidied up around here? There's still so many flowers. Hyman took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers. Looks like this exhibition is gonna be huge.
Do all perfumers have houses filled with flowers?
No, that's a florist thing. We work closely with the essential oils of various plants, but to maintain a sharp sense of smell, most perfumers prefer to keep their homes free of strong odors.
Oh, guess there's just too much to store for the exhibition then.
What's behind this?
Oh, this room seems to be a connected suite, and my brother will be staying on the other side of the suite. Blaze, while you're out, why don't you bring our luggage over as well?
He's not paying any attention. Wait, he's humming to himself.
Blaze!
Yes, of course.
All right then. Where can we find your luggage, mademoiselle? Blaze will go fetch it for you.
Yes.
It's still at the port.
Very
In addition to some
dirty
daily
hands.
necessities, there's also a case of amber wine that I brought back from Fontaine. Could I trouble you to bring that back as well? It would be the perfect way to repay you for your hospitality.
How generous. I should thank you on my brother's behalf. You stumbled upon his weakness. He's aloof about most things, but alcohol is his one true love.
Is that so?
Amber wine. Oh, that's,
Mr. Ood, Mr. Blaze,
Oh.
thanks for...
Hey, what are you doing?
What? He's getting attacked. He's getting kidnapped.
That's
We need to run.
Master's voice.
Quick, let's go. He's getting kidnapped. Come on. We just heard it. He couldn't have gotten far away. As you rush out,
Edgar!
Oh, what's that
Master!
box?
Hey, Edgar! Are you alright? Can you hear me?
Who did this?
Kyria.
What's that bottle?
August.
What? She got beaten up.
Kyria.
Hey,
Who?
Edgar? Edgar!
No, don't shake him. He's injured. Just leave him to me. You two can...
Investigate the scene. We'll try to see where the culprit went.
Oh, thank you.
First of all, this. What is that?
That strange smell around here. Is it coming from this bottle?
Only a smell among the liquids is left inside the bottle. And streaks of residue can be seen on both the mouth and the sides of the vessel. It seems like someone forcibly poured out whatever was inside the bottle. I have a feeling the liquid in this bottle is...
Really? You think so?
Okay.
I checked. It doesn't look like anyone passed through here.
Oh, but that's impossible. It's not like that kid can just grow some wings and fly away. Oh, the
Kid?
culprit, I mean. It's not like the culprit could have just disappeared into thin air.
Okay, they just spoke about some kid. Which means that someone they know, which is probably that Kyria person. Oh. Are they
Do
hiding
you
in
think
here?
whoever did this was hiding in the flowers before they attacked Edgar?
Might have done. There are no footprints in the footbed, and it doesn't look like any of the branches or leaves have been disturbed. Unless the culprit was your size, that would be pretty difficult.
True.
So it must have been a kid. But
Well,
what kid
we
could have
looked
done
all
this?
Over, but the only clue we found was that bottle.
The most important thing we can do now is focus our efforts on treating Master. Can you help me move him inside?
Absolutely.
So, how's he doing?
When I administered emergency treatment, I discovered a residue in his nose and mouth. Master was most likely forced to ingest a certain liquid.
Oh,
He's
that
still unconscious, and inducing
bottle.
vomiting could obstruct his airways. We'll have to look into other clues for now.
We found his bottle just now.
Ah, yes. The scent is the same, but the chemical composition is still unclear. We'll have to do further tests to determine if it's the same liquid and how toxic it is to the human body. But first, I do believe there are two people who could shed some light on the situation. Mr. Sylvain, Mr. Lucian.
She knows who they are.
Hey!
She knows. She already
Were
knew.
you talking to us, mademoiselle? I'm afraid we'd never heard of those names before.
Before arriving in Sumeru, I asked a friend from the Special Patrol to look into the creators of Auguste. There were 4 people in total. The perfumer, Edgar, the one thrust into the limelight, and 3 others. A researcher from Sumeru responsible for cultivating the Auguste flower, and 2 merchant brothers responsible for promoting the product on the market. The 2 brothers capitalized on the mythos surrounding Auguste. Their actions lured in numerous speculators and profiteers, inflating the price of Auguste even further. In the end, they were sent to the Fortress of Meripede for falsifying their accounts and destabilizing the market. If you do the math,
I'm guessing they
should be out of
finished their
prison by
sentence.
now.
Oh.
And what does that have to do with us? There are countless merchant families in Fontaine. You gonna accuse them of being criminals too?
Every time your brother called you Blaze, it took you several seconds to respond. But when I
Yeah,
called you
because
Lucian
he
just now,
wasn't.
the name registered immediately.
Miss Emily, out of respect for your position as a famous perfumer in Fontaine, I'm inclined to believe that was simply a poor attempt at humor. You have a bright future ahead of you. You wouldn't want to develop a reputation as someone who throws around false accusations, especially among merchant circles.
Why are they trying to change? Well,
You claim to be regular
say
perfume
changing their
merchants,
identity is a
and
good
yet,
thing.
when I brought up amber wine, you took it to be alcohol.
What?
Amber wine is a perfume I created several years ago. It wasn't particularly renowned, but I'm certain any respectable perfume merchant in Fontaine would know of it. Unless, until recently, they were living somewhere completely cut off from the perfume world. Somewhere like the Fortress of Meripede, perhaps?
Emily, you little.
I don't even think about it. We have swords.
Don't misunderstand, Mr. Sylvain. I don't bring this up to criticize you. No matter what happened all those years ago, the court has already passed its judgment. But Master's life is in danger. We need to learn whatever we can about the person who has done this. If Master's attack had something to do with Auguste, I would imagine the 2 of you might also be in danger. So I'd like to trouble you for some information, if I may. Tell me about Kyria.
Fine, as you wish.
She is good at her investigation.
Lucian, if this will help us find Kyria, then it will be all worth it. Besides, we've already told most of the stuff to the Maison Orderly anyway. You were right, Miss Emily. There were 4 of us at the beginning. Myself, Lucian, Edgar, and the researcher from Sumeru in charge of flower cultivation, Vijava. Sometime down the road, the Marechaussee Phantom came knocking, saddled us with a list of accusations, and started looking into our books. They did their meddling, and my brother Edgar and I were forced to serve time in the fortress as a result.
Sounds like he's still upset about that. Wait, then how did Edgar end up in Sumeru?
Master was convicted as an accomplice, so he only had to serve a few years. He decided to move to Sumeru so that he could put those events behind him. Still, Master was depressed for a long time after that. He stopped making new perfumes and focused on introducing students to the craft instead. That's how I met him. My parents had to relocate to Sumeru for work when I was a child, so I had the chance to study under him for a little while. But we can talk about that some other time. I want to hear more about this researcher, Vijava.
Like us, Vijava was also staring down an investigation from the Marechaussee Phantom.
But did it run away?
Before the Phantom showed up at her door, she
Oh,
set
her
all the
door.
flower beds on fire, along with much of the mora we managed to earn. All the Auguste flowers, everything we worked to create, was reduced to nothing but a pile of ash.
But destroying all that evidence, wouldn't that make things worse for her?
Yes.
It didn't matter at that point, because she died in the fire as well.
Oh.
What?
Sounds like you did an investigation of your own. Why even ask us if you knew all of this already?
His name still hasn't come up.
The name wasn't mentioned in any of the files I reviewed either, but you two seem quite familiar with him.
Spill it. Spill the beans.
Kyria was Vijava's younger brother.
Oh.
He was just a clueless kid back then. Somewhere in his teens, I think. He helped his sister with her work sometimes, but that was pretty much it. He didn't have any idea what we were doing. Vijava kept him close most of the time. The three of us were probably the only ones who even knew she had a brother. After our operation was compromised, he disappeared. There were no signs of him until recently, when people started saying the Auguste flower had reappeared in
hello.
Sumeru.
So, you think Kyria took something with him back then? Something that allowed him to reproduce the Auguste flower?
Arthur.
Vijava doted on the kid like you wouldn't believe. She even told us to give her cut to her brother if anything happened to her. If she left something
Sorry,
behind before
I'm
she
not the best with
died,
names like usual.
believe me, Kyria's the one that has it.
Hope you're having a nice
judging
day.
by the liquid in that bottle, the Auguste flower wasn't the only thing he reproduced. He managed to replicate the perfume itself.
Damn,
So
that kid
the
is a
liquid
genius.
Edgar was forced to ingest really was Auguste. Wait, does that mean Auguste is poison?
Yeah, that's been
Poison?
good.
No, of course not.
So,
No
last
perfume is
week,
meant to be
I was
ingested.
doing like the
Even
evening
small
shift.
amounts can be
And
dangerous,
then,
let alone ingesting a whole bottle at once.
and then, over the weekend, I went to my first ever convention, the Expo, with a lot of the people that are in the chat. So I went with Hampter, Romney, Arctic, Matt, and Vash, or Leonia. I went with those five, and then Joltik joined us like in day 2. So all those are like my friends and stuff. We all had like a great time. I bought a bunch of stuff. I spent way too much money, nearly so much money that I almost didn't have enough money to get back home. But that was my own bad financial decisions. I'm all fine now. And just bought like so much stuff. I went to the Expo, but I most likely didn't see you. Maybe. I was walking around in a suit and my gold mask, in the exact suit that you see me wearing currently. So I was walking around like that. I did spend most of my time at the what's the company's name? Leonia was doing a booth, and he was the one. An agency just followed me. Okay, that's weird. Never mind about that. Let me check the actual name of the place. Just a second. Sorry, there are a lot of posts. Noah Talents. So I was at that panel most of the time because Vash, and yeah. I did post like on Twitter and stuff. Like I have an entire giant thread of just everything that I've been doing the entire time. That's usually where I post my stuff on Twitter. So if you like want to know announcements of like when I'm gonna stream or like what I'm doing, usually like I will be posting that on Twitter first. On my Discord, it's usually just like when I'm going live or something interesting. So yeah, I've been up to quite a bit. Met a bunch of different VTubers as well. Met Ria too, and just bought a bunch of merch. I will be going through like everything that I did over the past 3 days tomorrow. It's just that today I sort of like had a bit of a long day. I came back yesterday like at 10 o'clock, then just went straight to sleep, woke up, then worked like for nearly 11 hours straight, doing a job that I didn't like, because I usually do a different job in my workplace, but 2 of my co-workers were on holiday, so I got pushed on with their job that they would usually do, and because I'm the only capable person who can do it, so yeah, that's how it ended up. But I'm probably the worst, but also the only person that can do that job. So it takes me a bit longer to do it than most people. Well, than the people that actually know how to do it. So I had to stay over a little bit to actually finish it. And then got back home, got some stuff, ate some stuff, and so on. And then just decided to stream some Genshin. So that was my day. But on tomorrow, I'll be setting everything up so I can show all the pictures, all the stuff that I got, and so on. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was my first ever convention, so I loved it for what it is. And I'd say being with my friends just made it even better. If I went alone, I don't think I would have had that much fun, because they just made it so great. On the like second day, which was Saturday, because I was there for all 3 days, I didn't really meet up with many people. But on Sunday, I was just going around like any tablet that I saw, any like cool cosplay that I saw, I just went around and took pictures with them, which I'll show later on. Anyway, let's continue with the game. I'm interested in where this story is going.
If a goose could be considered a poison, we wouldn't have even sold half a bottle back then. Edgar fell unconscious because Kyria forced him to drink perfume. It just happened to be a goose.
I'm so nervous all of a sudden. Why did Kyria attack Edgar?
He probably thought we had something to do with his sister's death. But to tell you the truth, I have no idea why she did all that. We're not looking for Kyria because we have it out for him. We just wanted to see how he was doing. And, if possible, work together to bring back a ghost. We only went to prison for a bit of fraud and market manipulation. It had nothing to do with the product itself. As long as we keep things honest this time around, bringing the product back to market would almost be like honoring his sister's memory.
So that's why you never mentioned Kyria during your interrogation?
Yes, exactly. We were just looking out for the kid.
Anyway, that's all we know. If you're looking for information on what's in a goose, or what to do if you ingest it, there are only 2 people to ask. Edgar or Kyria himself.
Well, at least we're able to say for certain that the substance Edgar ingested was in fact a goose. That gives us a direction for further testing. Well, Well then, I'd say that was a very enlightening discussion.
Yes,
Well,
very.
glad to hear it. Lucian, let's head back to the room and rest a bit. With everything that's happened, there are things that need reconsidering.
Yes, of course.
I spelled that incorrectly. There you go. So those are my socials, and that's my Discord. They're still hiding something.
Do you think so too?
Yeah, I'm not the best at
Does seem to be
spelling.
the case.
I
Maybe we don't have
expected
more evidence.
to be actually
But based on
able to spell
Sylvain's
my
tone
own
of voice
commands,
just now,
but apparently I'm not even
I
able to do
suspect
that.
further questioning will only result in more made-up answers.
The way you exposed them like that, just based on a hunch, that was genius!
You're really just a perfumist who looks after people in her spare time.
Oh, right! Earlier you said you were only sort of a doctor, and that your patients were unusual.
Are they
yes.
animals?
That's because most of the patients I encounter are already dead.
Oh.
So you're a
Whoop.
forensic doctor?
Close. I'm actually a forensic cleaner. Once the forensic team and the Marechaussee Phantom are done collecting evidence from the scene, I'm in charge of clearing away the final traces my patients leave on the world. In fact, with just a small alteration to the formula,
with
the
the
same
redeems,
tincture used as the basic perfume can also be
I don't
made
think
into a cleaning
many
agent.
people notice it
Basically,
too much.
there are two sides to
I
forensics.
don't have that many redeems
Those who
as
collect
it is.
evidence to expose the truth, and those
Just
who clean up
mainly
the smells, blood
the head
stains, and other
pat,
substances
the
left behind at the
first,
scene.
and all that stuff.
I've learned
As you
a
can
lot
see,
in my line
head
of work,
pats.
and I've witnessed a lot of death. But this time, we may still save the patient. Actually, Traveler, could I trouble you to report back to Tighnari and the officers at Port Ormos? We should update them on the situation.
I should probably get some more redeems. Like the timeout feature works, except it doesn't work on the mods or the VIPs.
I'll stay here and continue to look after Master. Now that we have a sample of Auguste, I'm hoping further analysis won't be too difficult.
Okay. Oh, this stream we also got Emily. I meant to press the highlight message on the first, but I guess it paid off. Yeah, I got her like a little bit ago. We had like 40 pulls, and we decided to go for it. So we got her. She has some very nice leg. Oh, also her vision is like very nicely placed. Oh, there's a bit of a like spoilery thing for tomorrow, but
allowing them to generate a pleasant fragrance with each flick of the wrist. It's quite an ingenious method.
But one of the things that I bought was some visions. I have a cryo and an electro vision. So I got the cryo vision because of my girl Rosaria, who was my first ever like pick for my waifu type of thing. So yeah, I had her first, so I got her vision, and then I got the electro vision, which I was thinking of giving to Ria for like because she really likes Razor, but I sort of forgot to do that. I was thinking of giving it to her, but sort of forgot, and then had it in my bag, and then left my bag in the hotel, so I never got a chance to actually give it to her. So yeah, now I have two Mondstadt visions, because each vision has their own like style. So like this is the like little hands reaching out is the Fontaine version. No, Sumeru version, I mean. So like this one is Sumeru, and then if you look at a Mondstadt character, for example, let's take our girl. You see those like little wings? That is the Mondstadt version. And all the Mondstadt characters have the same thing. So as you can see there. Then, for example, for the Raiden Shogun, for Inazuma, you have like the little circles that the Shogun has. For Fontaine, it is... where is her vision? It's the little hands that you can see there. So that means she got her vision from Fontaine. Yeah, with the little hands. As you can... Oh, yeah. Nahida doesn't have a vision. Her, like, little thing is that little leaf on her. Yeah. But, for example, the Sumeru vision is like this. It's like a... When she stops dancing... Oh. I'd say if you want a good story, great game. If you want all the characters, don't go in for that. You're gonna either really regret it, or you're gonna be pulled to spend a lot of money. I was the one who was pulled to spend a lot of money. For one main reason. If we go into my little shop, let me go there and shop. So you have the outfits. I have bought all these outfits. Each one is about £50. Yeah, you can like just get the characters that you want. Just like go through all of the regions and stuff, open chests, do events and stuff like that, and you'll get like plenty of like the gems to be able to pull. But never come in with the thought of, oh, I will get this character, because then you'll usually regret it. Just like with the first character that you get, on every single account that I've ever had, I have lost the first 50-50. But I have been pretty lucky on this account, because I think my current rate of the 50-50 is I get the banner character about 80% of the time when I do it. Yep, instant rare. So, yeah. Well, at least you get the taste of regret right off the bat, and then you have to basically accept, okay, so this is now my 5-star character that I have to play with. But most, like, a lot of the standard banner characters are still good. Like, I'd say you will have fun with them. For me, Genshin is mostly about the story. Yeah, I like pull for the girls and stuff like that. If you look at my character archive, I am missing a couple of characters. So I'm missing Chiori, Navia, and Kokomi, and Eula. So those are the girls that I'm currently missing. I'm not pulling for the chibis, so Klee, I just don't like her playstyle, so I'm never gonna pull for her. And I haven't really been pulling for any of the guys. Child, I hate. I'm never gonna pull for him. And if I ever somehow get him by accident, I'm deleting this account. Okay. Well, thank you for the lurk, and thank you for coming in. Have a nice lurk. I will talk for a bit more and then continue with the story. I do have every standard banner character as well. But I have been skipping on all the guys. I have like every 4-star and almost every girl. So I'm just basically waiting for the reruns for Kokomi, Eula, Fury and Navia. And then I can like go for all of the new ones. But more and more new characters keep coming out before like the old ones come out. So I don't think I'm ever gonna get the chance to actually get all the girls. There. But the newer characters are usually stronger than the older characters. Like, you do have support characters, like Emily, and I believe Chiori's a support character, Farina's a support character, Claran is a main DPS. I won't talk about the 4-stars, so they're all different. Then Dia is a main DPS. Nilu is also a main DPS. Nahida is a support. Tainari is a sub DPS. He's like half support, half like does like damage on the side to activate like some stuff. Yoimiko is a sub DPS. Shinoha is a support. Yelan is a sub DPS. Raiden Shogun is a support, but can be made into a main DPS. For me, she is just a support. Yoimiya is a main DPS. Ayaka, my favorite girl, is also a main DPS.
Cherishes their gems.
Hu-Tao is a main DPS. Ganyu is a main DPS. Kuching is a sub / main DPS. Mona is a support, and Jean is a sub DPS as well. That is all my 5-star girls. Anyway,
Court of
that's
Fontaine
it.
like to spray their perfume onto a delicate lace fan, allowing them to generate a pleasant fragrance with each flick of the wrist. It's quite an ingenious method.
Well, let's continue with the story. Enough blabbering about all the girls that I have in virtual life. Of course, not in real life. Yes, I have a wish. Oh, this one. Flame. There we go. Let's see where they went. After we're finished with the story, we're probably gonna grind a little bit to level up our Emily. Tainari, we need your
Why the
help.
rush? Did something happen?
Yes, quite a few things.
What? Edgar was attacked? He's the most famous perfumer in the region. Someone who's helped countless people around Port Ormos. How could this happen?
Sheriff, have you received any reports of a suspicious individual fleeing through the bazaar?
No, but we've got eyes all over the area. I'm sure someone's seen Kiria. I'll start gathering my forces. We won't let him get away.
What about you, Tainari? Do you have a plan?
I hope he does.
I'm sure the sheriff can handle things over at the scene, and I doubt Emily needs my help looking after Mr. Edgar.
But she said she's not a real doctor.
Not a
Then
real
she was
doctor?
far too modest. She may not be a doctor by trade, but she has a deeper understanding of human anatomy and pharmacology than most scholars from the Amurta Darshan. Not to mention the fact that Mr. Edgar's condition is related to perfume. Emily
Damn
is
it,
certainly
I
in the
forgot to
best
change
position
the
to help
title,
him.
that's right.
As for
Got to
me,
do.
I'll head to the academia and see what I can learn about Vijava and Kirya.
Oh, that's right! Vijava was supposed to be a scholar from Sumeru. Do you recognize the name?
From Emily's letter, certainly, but that was the first time I'd heard of it. The academia produces a lot of scholars, and there are plenty of graduates who choose to pursue a career outside their darshan. I didn't have time to look into it earlier, but now it seems like Vijava's past could be critical to getting to the bottom of what happened to Mr. Edgar. I have friends in Sumeru City that can help me investigate. With any luck, we'll have news to share by tomorrow. I'll leave you and Emily to watch over things here in Port Ormos.
Let's change the title. Now we need to wait. Waiting time. Wait, what time did it say? Like 7? Oh. Apparently we're already done waiting. Oh no, it's 7 to 11. I believe it's... there. Sorry, got distracted for a quick second.
Well, it's been a day. Wonder if Tainari's discovered anything. But things weren't looking good with Emily's master yesterday. We should check on things at the hotel first.
Oh, hopefully he's better. Phase me through. Phasing, and we have phased. Oh yeah, Nilu isn't actually wearing high heels or anything like that. That is her true height.
Emily!
No longer in critical condition.
Good to hear.
He's still very weak, but with a bit more rest, he should regain consciousness soon. My chemical analysis of Auguste also went smoothly, although it certainly raised some questions.
Questions?
I was able to identify the components that give the substance its fragrance, but I also noticed an abnormal trace of elemental energy in the sample.
Elemental energy?
Would that have an effect on the body?
Hard to say. It was such a minute amount, proportionally speaking, like mixing a single drop of perfume into the ocean. I had to use one of the newest tests developed in recent years to even detect the traces present in the sample. Unless you were abnormally sensitive to elemental energy, I doubt it would have any effect, even if you use the product every day for 10 years. As for whether Master's condition was caused by the elemental energy present in the sample or some other component of the perfume, it's still too early to say.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. Did Tainari come and find you? Maybe we could ask him to take a look.
I received a message from him last night, but I haven't heard anything since. The message said he was looking into some information at the Academia.
Oh, Paimon thought he might have stopped by to see you first. Excuse me? Is Miss Emily here?
Oh, it's a girl, Kale.
Oh, perfect! Familiar faces! Traveler, Paimon, you're here too!
A local ranger.
Kale. Ah, of course. Tainari's apprentice. He's mentioned you many times. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. And please, no need for formalities. Emily is just fine.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you too, Miss, Emily. Did Tainari send you here, Kale? Yep. Master and the others went through decades worth of records last night, and still haven't had a chance to rest. I'm fast on my feet, so it only made sense for me to come and give you an update. Anyway, based on what they've reviewed so far, they believe there's no indication that a researcher by the name of Vichava ever passed through the Academia. Master considered that possibility as well, but the name wasn't the only dead end. Master tried to track down people with a similar research direction or background, but also couldn't find a match. How is that possible?
Maybe her identity as a researcher from
It's
Sumeru.
starting to seem very likely. If we want to figure out her true identity, I'm afraid another conversation with those two merchants might be our only...
Hey!
Wait, what? Wait, did I get in again? That voice. It's
Sylvain! Wait, you don't think Kirio came back, do you?
how would it
That seems
they have snuck
impossible.
in?
If someone came in or out of the hotel just now, we would have seen them.
Let's go inside. Like, why are we talking outside? Just go inside and check. You rush into the hallway and
It's locked?
I'll try to break it open. Door gives her away with a hang and you into the room.
There's no one here.
Wait, why is the door not broken?
That's Sylvain's...
Come on.
Lucian! Lucian! Come on! Wake up!
Is he dead? Is he going to be okay?
Emily, Emily, my brother, he's gonna be okay, right? He's just unconscious. Like what happened to Edgar?
I'm sorry, Mr. Sylvain, but we were too late this time.
Wait, did we just see an actual death in Genshin?
That's not
Hallie Williams has snuck in.
possible.
Hello, Hallie. Sorry, you caught us at a very unexpected time. Someone just
Traveler, Kale, Mr.
died
Sylvain has
in
gone through a
Genshin.
huge shock.
Right in front of us.
He needs some
Damn.
space to calm down. Could one of you take him next door?
I
It's not
wasn't
good
expecting
for him to
this.
look at his brother's body like this.
Also, thank you for the follow.
Leave it to me.
I'll notify the sheriff.
Thank you both. Mr. Sylvain, let's get you up. Here, take my hand. Nice and slow.
Why did he just keel over like that?
We'll take things from here. Just focus on getting some rest. Here, this way.
How did it happen?
Poor guy. He's like a shell of his former self. He may have made some bad decisions in life, but right now, Paimon can't help but feel sorry for him.
Good person or bad, the death of a loved one is equally painful. All the moments he shared with his brother, every hardship and triumph they endured together, are now memories he has to carry alone.
Maybe that's what Kiryu
If
wanted.
Kiria really was behind this, then what exactly did he do to Lucian?
Lucian can no longer speak, but the traces left behind by his death most certainly can. Traveler, I've got things covered here at the scene. I'll leave you to contact the sheriff.
I didn't expect this to become a murder mystery. It was just something where we were supposed to come and see some flowers.
Yesterday's case is still up in the air, and now this happens.
Wait, someone else
Miss
died?
Emily, I heard you're an experienced forensic doctor. Have you been able to discover anything?
Oh, I'm not actually a forensic doctor. I just happen to have some relevant knowledge. I did take a look, though. Judging by the temperature and rigidity of the body, it appears the time of death was sometime last night. I'd have to do a more thorough investigation to find out more.
Then, would you mind helping us investigate? Before he left, Tainari said we could trust your judgment if something like this were to happen.
Of course, I appreciate your trust. Many of the traces left behind at the scene will fade with time, so the sooner we investigate, the better.
We'll help too. We don't know much about dead bodies, but you can leave the other clues to us.
Okay, this is going where I never expected it. Filled with flowers from different places. Oh, there's incense in here. The incense slowly rising into the air seems familiar. Wouldn't it be like the stuff that she gave us? The luggage. This bag is stuffed with clothes and other daily necessities. It's quite heavy. Cabinet. The space inside is the cabin is divided into various sections. Okay, so they couldn't have hit there. The door. This door leads to the hallway, and the lock is intact, and there's no sign of damage. This door was probably locked last night.
And the windows are shut tight too. Seems like the only way to get in would have been through Sylvain's room. Well, looks like we've investigated as much as we can. Let's go report back to Emily and Shiam.
Okay.
So, did you find anything?
There's no sign of 4th century. The only way it would have been through Sylvain's room.
Paimon can show you. Here, it'd be something like this.
Oh, she can actually draw pretty well.
But entering through the room next door without alerting Sylvain... Wait, you don't think Sylvain could have been the one who...
I don't feel like it would have
his
been.
reaction to the loss of his brother seemed genuine, and he doesn't have a motive.
Then what could have happened last night? I know Sylvain is still in shock, but he's our only available witness. We have to take his statement.
I agree. Also, I've made some new discoveries, so we might as well head next door and go through everything together.
Now, time to actually discover what might be going on here. The entire
Mr. Sylvain, I need you to tell me everything you and your brother did since yesterday afternoon. Did you see or hear anything strange?
After Kyria attacked Edgar, my brother and I were incredibly careful. We returned to our rooms and decided to lock all the doors leading to the hallway.
What if they
The
were
only door
already
we kept
in the
unlocked
room?
was the one connecting our rooms. That way, if we heard any commotion coming from the other room, we could help each other. But I didn't hear any sort of commotion last night. Not a single noise. I woke up this morning, opened the door, and Lucian was...
So, no movement from the room next door. No forced entry via Sylvain's room. No signs of a struggle at the scene. And no external injury on Lucian's body. What kind of cause of death are we dealing with here?
I did notice a few things about the body. Lucian's pupils were dilated and his skin was flushed, very similar to Master's symptoms after the attack yesterday. There weren't any traces of liquid in his mouth or nose, so it's unlikely he was forced to ingest anything. The more plausible explanation is that he inhaled a substance without knowing it.
Oh,
and I'd say
the
that
incense.
substance was likely a ghost.
A goose? No, that's not possible. Inhaling a goose won't kill you. And anyway, it would have been for just one night.
Just one night?
No, that's not what I meant. Emily, you ran your tests, didn't you? Go on, tell everyone whether you found any poison.
No, I didn't find any common toxins.
See? A goose is harmless. The market response proved that years ago.
That may be true for most people, but not for everyone.
Oh, was it causing like massive allergic reactions for some?
Master!
Edgar? You're up and about already?
Thanks to Emily, I'm out of the woods for now. Sylvain, no matter how hard you may try to hide it, the truth will always come to light.
Edgar!
Even if we could keep it a secret for another 10 or 20 years, do you think Kyria would just let us be? No, he would never give up. Not if he's doing all of this for Yelena.
Who? Backstory. We need backstory.
Vijava's real name.
Oh.
Yelena wasn't a scholar from Sumeru. She was an exiled Fatus from Snezhnaya.
Fatus? The Fatui. Well, that means the elemental energy present in Auguste was...
Ah, so you've already detected it. Well, Sylvain, looks like there's truly no reason to hide things now.
Oh.
The Auguste flower was created with the mutative and distorting power
of a delusion. Oh no.
A delusion?
It sucks people's life force out.
I never would have thought Auguste was hiding this many secrets.
Born of a delusion, Auguste contained distorted elemental energy. A prolonged exposure over many years could have a harmful effect on the body.
That's enough, Edgar. I'll take it from here. At first, Yelena wanted to keep refining the perfume and the flower, but no one knew how long the perfume mania was going to last back then. It didn't have any effect on ordinary people anyway. Every day we postponed going to market was another day of lost earning potential.
So you decided poisoning people was worth the risk?
Listen, it's not like it was good for business. But all that talk about Auguste being harmful over time, Yelena was just speculating. The impact was practically negligible. Unless you were particularly sensitive to elemental energy or had an entire bottle shoved down your throat like Edgar. You could use the product for decades and be completely fine.
It may be true there are no records of Auguste poisoning in Fontaine. But even if no one was acutely poisoned, willfully bringing a product to market despite explicit knowledge of its harmful effects is still a serious crime.
Okay, this is going to places where I didn't expect.
That explains why you were so intent on keeping Yelena and Kiria's involvement a secret all this time, despite readily confessing to all your financial crimes. The Fatui, delusions, Auguste. If the Marechaussee Phantom discovered the connection between the three, there would have been enough evidence to send you to the Fortress of Meripede for life.
Ha! If I'd known coming to Sumeru would put a target on my back, I would have been more than happy to stay there. At least that way, Lucian would still be alive. All these years without any sign of Kiria, and he pops up out of nowhere the minute my brother and I get out of prison? It couldn't be any clearer who the kid's after. Auguste was harmless before. The fact that it's killing people all of a sudden must be his doing as well.
So there's bad blood between you.
What about Yelena's death?
That's where the
Was
blood
that a
part
cover-up
came
too?
in the
A way
title.
to destroy evidence?
I'll admit, we thought about it at one point. We took care to disguise the products circulating on the market, and no one was questioning Yelena's fake identity. But if the Marechaussee Phantom decided to look into the flower beds, it would have been the end. Yelena's ties to the Fatui, the role of the delusion, everything would have been exposed. Before we could even put our plan in motion, Yelena beat us to it. She burned all her flower beds and threw herself into the fire as well.
But if her goal was to destroy evidence, there would have been no reason to do that to herself. Yeah, she could have just burned the flower beds and fled with her brother.
I thought about it for a long time, but it wasn't until just now that I finally understood her reasoning. Everything she did, it was for her brother, Kiria. One of the reasons they defected from the Fatui was the deterioration of Yelena's body due to her excessive use of a delusion. She didn't want her brother to follow in her footsteps after her death.
And we
After
know what
arriving in Fontaine,
a delusion
Yelena
looks
continued
like when
using
it's
the
used too
delusion
much.
to cultivate the Auguste flower, weakening her body even further. There were times when she couldn't even walk.
So she couldn't flee with her brother because she was afraid of holding him back.
If her true identity was exposed, she and her brother would face pressure from both Snezhnaya and Fontaine. The Auguste flower and Yelena's own corroded body both bore the mark of a delusion. There would have been no way to avoid suspicion. So, in the end, she burnt it all to ash, including herself. With all the evidence erased, Kiria was free to take the Mora and run.
So the wealth you earned from Auguste, it wasn't destroyed in the fire. Yelena gave it to her brother?
Most
It
likely.
seems like it.
Before Yelena died, she said if anything happened to her, she was going to leave everything to her brother. We just didn't realize she meant our cut as well. That's why Lucian and I were searching for Kiria, to take back our Mora and the Auguste flower. We just didn't realize Kiria was baiting us the whole time. It was all a trap.
But why is Kiria out for revenge anyway? Doesn't he know about Yelena's decision to sacrifice herself?
Probably not.
I don't think he knew his sister was nearing death. Yelena always wore heavy makeup around him to conceal her deteriorating appearance. She kept herself busy with work to keep out of sight. That way her brother wouldn't notice how she could barely walk.
Then all we'll need to do is tell Kiria what really happened, and then he'll give
I
up
don't
on
think-
his revenge.
I don't think there's a
I'm
chance.
not so
Also,
sure.
he already murdered someone.
Even if he knew the truth, he'd still find someone to blame. He might think Yelena was forced into using a delusion to cultivate Auguste, or something like that.
Probably. Also, he's already a
It's hard to pull
murderer.
yourself out of that kind of hatred. Especially when you've been living in that headspace for so many years.
Very true. Even if Yelena's death was her own choice, I wouldn't call myself innocent either.
Edgar, what are you talking about?
Think about it, Sylvain. If we hadn't been in such a hurry to capitalize on the perfume mania all those years ago, do you think Yelena would have elected to take those risks? If we hadn't been so blinded by greed, so insistent on increasing the scale of the flower cultivation, do you think Yelena's health would have deteriorated as fast as it did? If we hadn't invited the Marechaussee Phantom to our doorstep by breaking the law at every turn, Yelena could have survived.
She knew her limits.
Or at least
she knew her days were numbered.
Well, at least he can
Maybe
take
it was
responsibility.
For her brother, but she was in it for the Mora just as much as us. We were just trying to earn a bit of Mora. And what, we deserve to die for that? Target me for being the mastermind, sure. But what about Lucien? He was just following my orders. Lucien's crime, was it really so extreme that he had to pay for it with his life?
The only person that can answer that question is a judge.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway. Drag me back to Fontaine to stand trial. I don't care.
He already lost what was most important.
3 people from Fontaine, 1 from Snezhnaya, and a crime committed in Port Ormos. What a headache.
What's going to happen?
Well, we can only wait until the Academia sends someone to deal with it. I'm guessing we'll have to contact Fontaine as well. In any case, we won't really know anything until tomorrow. With the exhibition, we don't even have space in Port Ormos to detain anyone. Such a headache.
The hotel could suffice. You could station a few officers to keep an eye on Sylvain and myself. Although with Sylvain's mental state and my physical one, I don't think you need to worry about a jailbreak.
Mr. Edgar, are you saying...
If Sylvain is to stand trial, then I deserve the same fate. A crime is a crime, accomplice or not. I'd just like to take care of a few things before I go. Say goodbye to my plants and all that. As for Sylvain, I'm sure he also has some goodbyes of his own. Would you be willing to grant that request, Sheriff?
Well, all right. I'll talk to the Academia. No matter who you were in Fontaine or what crimes you committed, the man we grew to know in Sumeru proved himself to be a good person. Your request is granted.
You have my thanks, Sheriff.
But if we wait until tomorrow.
Happen tonight? Oh, you mean the possibility that Kiria might try to finish what he started?
Yep,
Yeah,
maybe.
all we know is that he uses a goose to poison people, but we still have no idea how to catch him in the act. If he targets Sylvain or Edgar again, we might not be able to stop him.
That may be true, but what if we can take advantage of his desperation?
Desperation?
If we take advantage of this situation and lure him in on purpose, we might finally have the chance to talk to him.
Master, no. That's too dangerous.
So, that's your plan. If Kiria learns we're being taken away tomorrow, his last chance to enact his revenge would be tonight. In other words, you want to use us as bait to capture him.
Capture? Not necessarily. I just want to talk. What? Are you afraid of him?
Afraid? This is my only chance to make him pay for what he did. I'm spending the rest of my life in prison anyway. I can't just sit back and let him ride off into the sunset with our
Hey,
fortune.
Chloe.
There's no
I see
way
you,
I'm
that
letting him
you
get
saw what
away
I
with
did.
it. Not after what he did to Lucian. As for the danger, everyone else just needs to make preparations in advance to protect us.
I'll admit, it could work. We just need to spread the word that Edgar and Sylvain are leaving tomorrow. Then I'll station some of my men around the hotel. If we have your assistance as well, our chance of success would be even higher.
I still have some reservations, but if you insist on carrying out this plan, I won't deny you my help.
We can help stand guard.
I'll also keep watch.
Although I think Sylvain and myself should remain alone in our respective rooms. If Kyria noticed another person in the room, he might decide to turn back. And besides, it's possible he's already transformed Auguste into a potent toxic gas.
You mean if he doesn't see a way to get his hands on the two of you, he might get so desperate that he'll just start using Auguste on everybody?
If that were to happen,
Might be the case.
everyone's standing guard. Even the innocent citizens in Port Ormos would all be in danger.
That's why everyone else needs to keep to the shadows.
You're still recovering. You need to rest.
This old pack of bones doesn't bounce back like it used to. I suppose I'll just have to leave the rest to you.
All right, we can figure out a plan to keep watch later. Right now, I say we split up, start spreading that information before it's too late.
Have you heard? Mr. Edgar's been detained. He's being taken away tomorrow.
What? He's the one who helped craft all the fragrances for our shop. He taught my child how to make perfume. How could this happen?
He hasn't been convicted yet. Let's just wait and see what the court has to say.
Oh, everyone on the street is talking about the rumors. No matter where Kyrie is hiding, he must have heard them by now. Let's head back to the hotel and take a break. We can see how the other preparations are going while we're at it.
Okay. Nope. Better just teleport. Emily!
Emily! Sheriff Xian wants to talk to you and the Traveler about our plans for the Night Watch.
Thank you, Kale. But first, here, I prepared a kind of herbal tea that helps calm the spirit. Why don't you have some?
Oh, that's very kind of you, but I'm okay.
Oh, it's not good to be so tense, especially when we've got a long night ahead of us. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I couldn't help but notice that something seems to be on your mind.
Was it that obvious?
You seem very preoccupied with Kyria's revenge. If there's anything you want to talk about, I'm happy to listen.
Oh, Hey, Emily, Kale. Oh, are we interrupting something? No, not at all. This will be easier to talk through with you here anyway. I've just been thinking. If Kyria has the capacity to commit murder while remaining completely undetected, why didn't he target Sylvain along with Lucian last night? There was just a single door separating them. If his intention was to target both brothers, then there was barely anything standing in his way. Don't you think?
It is a question.
When I accompanied Sylvain to his room after Lucian died, and saw how distraught he was, I suddenly realized. Maybe Kyria did that on purpose. Maybe he wanted Sylvain to experience the pain of losing a loved one before he completed his ultimate revenge.
So did he attack Edgar as a warning then? To scare Sylvain and Lucien?
Based on what we've heard about Kyria, that may very well be the case.
Losing his sister all those years ago. What has been going through his head? What has he been forced to endure? Whenever I get to thinking like that, I just can't help but wonder. If I were in his place, would I be able to let go of that hatred?
Ollie.
I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't think like that. Not after everything he's done. But I just can't help it.
There's nothing wrong with the way you're feeling. Empathy is a part of human nature. In all my years of cleaning up crime scenes, I've witnessed countless families mourn their loved ones. Their cries of devastation and anger still echo through my mind, even now. Some of them even try to stop me, begging me not to erase the last remnants of their loved ones. But getting swept up in those emotions will corrupt your judgment. Surround yourself with fragrance for too long, and your sense of smell will become dull. Allow yourself to be consumed by your emotions, and you lose the ability to think rationally. So while you hold on to that sense of empathy, you also need to ask yourself, do Sylvain and Lucien really deserve to die? How much did they truly know about the Fatui and the delusion? Did they force Yelena to make those decisions? Answering those questions requires a lot of time and evidence, while a single act of vengeance can put those answers forever out of our reach. I've witnessed a lot of deaths in Fontaine. When someone dies, a certain amount of information can be inferred from the traces left behind at the scene. But generally speaking, death will just leave most questions unanswered, and the whole picture ever incomplete.
Once you're consumed by hatred, it will become next to impossible to think about things that way. For someone like Kyria,
At the start,
I'm sure Ray
thought
and
that this
Ron
was
lost
going to
all
be
meaning
a
a long time ago.
happy, cheerful, going
Right.
around.
The fact that we can approach these
Like
questions from
flowers,
this
going
perspective
to
isn't
like
because we're
find
more
different
rational
flowers
than
and
them.
stuff like that.
It's because we're
I
fortunate
didn't
enough
expect that
not
this
to
would
have
become
suffered
a
that kind of
murder
loss.
mystery
But
story.
that also makes us perfectly positioned to stand on the outside and try to pull them back from the brink before it's too late. I understand Kyria's decision, but I still want to stop him. Master, Sylvain, and Kyria. They all deserve to survive.
Huh. The fortunate and the unfortunate.
Emily, Traveler. Huh? Edgar, you're here too?
Oh, it's you two! Didn't you head back to your room to rest, Edgar? Is it really okay for you to be out and about like this?
A little exercise never hurt anyone. Besides, I don't have much time left in Sumeru. So I'd like to take care of my plants while I still can.
We could do that for you, Master.
No need. I've grown attached to these flowers, and this is my last chance to say goodbye. Come tomorrow. I'll be happy to entrust their care to you. I would imagine Sheriff Sham is here for a more important reason.
The Night Watch! You mentioned earlier that we still need to confirm our plans.
That's right. I've stationed some of my men around the surrounding area, but we still don't have anyone standing guard next to Sylvain's room.
Next to Sylvain's
Exactly.
room?
After some discussion, we concluded that Sylvain has the highest risk of being attacked next. You're the most skilled fighter here, Traveler. And Emily's expertise is sure to come in handy in a pinch.
Fine with
That's
me.
why I want you two stationed next to Sylvain's room. So, are you up for it?
Sounds perfectly reasonable. I'll be glad to have your help tonight, Traveler.
Okay. Quest time. Oop.
Huh. Not a peep. Has Kiria given up on his revenge?
Just like that? I don't think so.
Guess we'll have to keep at it. Still nothing unusual. Paimon took a peek into the room next door and Sylvain's already sleeping.
Hasn't issued a warning either.
Perhaps Kiria's true motive was simply forcing Sylvain to confess his crimes. No, that can't be right.
Definitely can't be.
All he wanted was for Sylvain to be convicted for his true crimes. He could have tipped off the Marechaussee Phantom years ago.
But why wouldn't have he?
There must be something we're missing. Something extremely important.
Maybe we just need to calm down a little. How about some tea? That herbal blend from earlier was pretty tasty.
We can't abandon our post.
You're right. Maybe we can look for a different distraction then, like looking at the flowers. Oh, there's a glaze lily here. Paimon didn't notice it earlier.
Because they don't bloom during the day.
Flowers, glaze lilies, incense. Oh no! Sylvain's room! Quick!
Wait, what?
Was there incense in his room?
Hey, did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
It was the older of the merchant brothers, right?
Yeah, I think his name was Sylvain. Poor guy was murdered in cold blood.
First it was Mr. Edgar, then that merchant named Lucian, and now this.
Listen up, everyone. This is an active crime scene. Please, no loitering.
They got killed as well.
It's been 3 days and they haven't even caught a glimpse of the guy. What is going on?
Do you think it could be the work of an evil spirit?
What do you mean, evil spirit?
I mean, how do you get away with something like that with so many people watching?
Keep it moving, everyone. No loitering.
Wait, did he actually die as well?
I suppose I'm next.
You don't know that. Kiria already attacked you once, and you survived. Perhaps he doesn't consider your crime to be worthy of death.
You were the only reason I managed to survive, Emily. I never did thank you for that, did I?
Even if I wasn't there, Tainari was also in the vicinity. He would have been able to help.
Is that so? I suppose I'm a very fortunate person then. I have exceptional students, caring friends, and the respect of my peers. If it is indeed my time to go, then I'll die without regrets. But Kiria has nothing. Yelena is gone. Now his enemies are too. It really makes you wonder if there's even a reason to keep on living.
If you really want an answer, I suppose you'll have to ask Kiria himself once we finally catch him.
Well, I hope it all goes well. Emily, there's something else I'd like to ask of you. With everything that's happened, holding the exhibition is off the table now. But So many flowers were transported here for the show. Some of them thousands of miles away from their homeland. I can't let them wither away with no one to care for them. Whether Kyria gets to me first, or I'm sent back to Fontaine to stand trial, I won't be around to look after them. I know it's a lot to ask, but could I entrust them to your care?
Of course, Master.
Really? Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Now I truly have nothing to worry about.
Oh.
Sheriff Sham still has
Hi,
some
Boo Boo.
questions for me, so
FatBooBoo_ is raiding the office with 10 viewers.
Best
Hello.
not to keep
And thank you
him
for the raid.
He can be quite
I'm near the end of Emily's story currently. So this might be a bit spoilery for you.
sorry, Master.
I don't know if you mind Genshin spoilers or not.
Dandre the Goat 7 has snuck in.
Thank you, Dandre, for the follow as well. Oh, what is happening today? Streaming pretty late into the day.
Another all-nighter.
But yeah, we're nearly at the end. For anyone that is interested in watching it, I will give a quick synopsis of what happened so far. So, we went to a flower viewing. Paimon got hay fever and started sneezing. Then we met Emily, the girl that we saw just a bit ago. She cured Paimon's allergies by giving her some incense and stuff like that. Then we met some merchants and stuff, and after that we met Emily's master. Tonari was there also, all over the place. After that, her master got attacked and then got a perfume bottle shoved down his throat, and he like forcibly had drank it. And after that, like, we did a bit of an investigation, and we found out what was actually happening. That a bunch of like old merchants that were put into prison for fraud came out and then tried to find like the perfume that they were making beforehand, so they can sell it again. But then one of the people that was related to perfume attacked and killed one of the characters, one of the merchants. And after that, like, we tried to protect him and stuff, like the other merchant, because we expected him to like get murdered as well. Sadly, we failed as well, and he got murdered too. And now the last person left is Emily's master, who's already like on the verge of death from having like having to drink a perfume bottle. But the problem with the perfume is that it was made like with a delusion. For anyone that doesn't know what a delusion is, most characters have like this, that like shiny thing. That is called a vision. A delusion is basically a replicant of that uses the person's own life force to give them those powers. So it's like very dangerous and a big no-no to use, and like, because it basically just slowly kills you. And the person that was making the perfume was using that delusion to make it, so they were like slowly killing themselves. And they had like a little brother who like didn't really know much about it, but he lost his sister because like she killed herself to hide all the evidence of like the use of the delusion, because like it's super taboo, to protect her brother. But her brother didn't know that, and then he tried to And then he killed a bunch of people that were related to that, thinking that it was because of them that his sister died. That is the synopsis of what happened so far. So we will... Oh, wait. I didn't mean to leave. I needed to talk to Carly. Enter back in. But yeah. I don't know if maybe you're still here or not. Hopefully you had fun. I saw that you were playing a bit of Genshin and then some Honkai. No, not Honkai, Weathering Waves. And then did some pulls. Hopefully you had some success. Because I had some success in my
still
pulls.
isn't back. I hope she didn't run into any trouble.
She's extremely meticulous.
Yeah, that's true.
Traveler, I had my men start spreading the information you requested. The crowd is gone now too, but I have to admit, I'm not really sure what's going on. After listening to Emily's plan, I started getting the materials together and arranging personnel. I barely had a second to spare last night. To be honest, I'm still not sure how the crime was committed that night.
It's pretty simple, actually.
The clue was right in front of us the entire time!
I feel like you've been waiting to say that for a while.
Let's go! We'll show you where the culprit hid a goose.
Stop being so cheerful about a murder. Lady, really? The goose. Can we see it? Point out the goose. It's in the incense, I believe. The incense is slowly rising into the air. It seems familiar somehow. Emily checked last night. Turns out the spirits...
Wasn't this incense originally in Lucian's room?
Yes.
It must have been moved here before nightfall yesterday. I only have a basic idea of what happened, to be honest. I haven't really worked out the details.
So, you're saying I'm the only one who's completely in the dark.
Oh. Slightly sorry about the spoilers. I just wanted to explain what was happening so far. But the story isn't exactly related to anything else in the game. It's like its own little separate story. But yeah, that's how it'd be going. Well, hopefully we can actually figure out what the mystery is. Point out the... Do we need to like use objects in the area? Not cupboard. It must be the flowers then. Oh, it is. Flowers, different notes. The fragrance, glaze lilies is swaying. Wait, was it the glaze lily then?
The glaze lily, huh? I think I've heard of it before. It's a flower from Liyue, right?
Yes.
Well, did you know it only blooms at night?
So how is it blooming in the daytime?
You're back.
How did it go?
Exactly as expected.
A flower that only blooms at night. Ah, like the Neelitpala lotus.
Exactly. Although the Neelitpala lotus wouldn't be a good substitute in this scenario. When it's closed, the gaps between the petals are too large. That's why Kiria chose the glaze lily as his mechanism. He would start by preparing an Agoose sample.
Oh, time for investigation. In order to set up a mechanism, he took a goose and poured it into the flower pot. It on the outside of the petals, soaked the area around the petals. believe it's this one.
There's a sticky substance on the edge of the flower petals.
Ooh, okay.
It's one I recognize.
Sealed it inside the petals.
If you stick the petals together with slime condensate, then in the daytime, the glazed lily would act almost like a hidden container.
Ooh. Pour this into the flower pot. Maybe this one? Submit. I believe that's the correct answer.
He applied a diluted form of slime condensate to the petals to stick them together and enclosed a sample of agoost in the center. That way, the agoost would remain trapped inside during the daytime, unable to seep between the petals and evaporate into the air. This also allowed the culprit to plant the poison well in advance, while his targets remained oblivious. However, the diluted slime condensate wouldn't be viscous enough to prevent the petals of the glaze lily from opening at night. So by nightfall, the flower would bloom, thereby forcing the target to inhale the agoost trapped inside.
Oh.
And Kyria could execute his revenge without having to step foot inside the room during the night.
By the next morning, the sample of agoost would have nearly fully evaporated. The glaze lily would have already closed its petals, and any lingering odor would be concealed by the fragrance of the other flowers in the room.
Okay.
Wait a second. You're telling me this version of agoost is so toxic, inhaling the minute amount trapped inside a flower is enough to kill a grown man? And how did Edgar even survive ingesting a whole bottle of the stuff?
It must be in, like,
That's because
something
agoost
different.
is just as dangerous now as it was all those years ago. The level of toxicity has never changed. Only a small subset of people are truly at risk.
Oh.
Ah, you mean people who are sensitive to elemental energy. So it's just some sort of happy coincidence that Sylvain and Lucien are allergic
Or
to this
it's just
stuff?
because they were very
can't be right.
exposed for a very long
They were
time.
involved in the operation all those years ago. If the stuff gave them a bad reaction, they would have known from the very start.
I wouldn't use the word allergic necessarily. It's more like they're susceptible to its effects. But that distinction isn't important right now. You can think of it this way. It's not that Sylvain and Lucien are innately sensitive to elemental energy, but that Kyria found a way to ensure that they would be.
What? How is that possible? Oh, the incense in the room.
The incense I smelled earlier seemed familiar. Thinking back on it, I'm almost certain it was the scent of Spirit Borneal.
That's why it was moved.
In Sumeru, scholars use Spirit Borneal to aid meditation and stimulate their connection to the Dendro Archon.
Okay, so that, like, we react to that, like, a very long time ago, when we first entered Sumeru and stuff. There was a person meditating, and we, like, entered their place and inhaled, like, the incense and stuff, and then we passed out because we had a very strong connection to the elements and stuff, and then we saw, like, the big tree. You'll know what the big tree is in the future. Well, I already know what it is because that's in the past for me. For people who haven't done Sumeru, that is in the future. There's basically a big tree that connects everything. We see that, and that stuff, the Spirit Borneal, is what connected us to it. It basically makes you very susceptible and connected to the elements, which means that's how they made it like that.
Alchemically produced essential oils, the primordial seawater that caused unrest in Fontaine not too long ago. All of those are substances that can heighten your sensitivity to elemental energy.
Yep, and Kyria chose Spirit Borneal.
That stuff gave us a lot of trouble when we first came to
That.
Sumeru.
This is what happened.
Ah, yes. I definitely remember that.
In Sumeru, it's not uncommon to use incense indoors, so its presence wouldn't arouse suspicion. The flowers in the room could also serve to mask the scent.
Flowers were pretty important to this plan, huh? The glazed lily is native to Liyue, It would be completely unnatural to have one here in Sumeru if it weren't for the exhibition.
Yep.
What a coincidence.
I don't think it's a
Actually,
coincidence.
It's not a coincidence at all.
The exhibition, the
No
hotel.
wonder he was willing to pay a small fortune to rent out the hotel. He probably used the Mora Yelena left him, don't you think? That money was supposed to set him free. But in the end, it was just a tool for his revenge.
Wait.
There's a saying among forensic doctors in Fontaine. Every step you take leaves a mark. But up until this point, we haven't been able to detect any trace of Kiria's activities. That's not because he was coming and going undetected, or because he's some kind of evil spirit, but because he's been disguised as someone else this entire time.
Yeah. Not Edgar. Maybe. How would it be Edgar? Inspect.
The Mora spent to rent out the hotel, the way the Auguste flower was cultivated, the method used to disguise his appearance. It all points to one person. The boy who inherited Yelena's legacy, her younger brother.
Yeah, but the one that bought the hotel was Edgar.
Creating such an intricate mechanism out of a glaze lily, setting up the spirit Borneal in advance, and arranging for Sylvain and Lucien to stay at the hotel.
He looks so old because he's using the delusion. The delusion makes you like super fucking old because of the taking your life force and shit.
It all points to one person.
They're not
The expert in
disguised.
charge of the
They're just
entire exhibition.
fucking old. Or like from using it too much.
Kiria and Edgar are one and the same.
Yep.
But Kiria was only in his teens back then. He wouldn't even be 40 years old by now. Edgar's lived here for so many years.
With the delusion.
Even if he changed his appearance, going that long without giving anything away, it would be impossible.
Bad news, Sheriff. Mr. Edgar was attacked.
What?
A dark shadow-like figure just ran out of his room. It was giving off a really ominous aura. But before we could even react, the figure up and disappeared like some sort of ghost or something. By the time we got a look inside the room, Mr. Edgar was gone.
Ooh.
Do you think Kiria kidnapped him?
I need you to think very carefully about this. Are you certain that figure wasn't Edgar himself?
I mean, Mr. Edgar was so frail. I don't see how he could have moved that fast.
It would
Unless
seem
he was
Master
using the
decided
delusion.
to tap into an ill-advised source of power.
What?
The delusion.
That's so dangerous with the condition he's in.
Good side.
But why? Why would he do that? He's already accomplished his revenge.
No. If his aim was to target everyone who had a hand in Yelena's death,
If he left Sylvain alive yesterday, not out of a desire to see him suffer, but to confirm the truth about why Yelena chose to die,
then there's still one target left.
And who would that be? Seriously, who's left?
The shadow-like figure ran in the direction of the elevator, and my partner immediately chased after them.
We should hurry before they're forced to confront each other.
where in the world did he go? Let's ask the merchants nearby.
Oh, he's scared. Why is everyone scared all of a sudden?
A ghost! It's a ghost!
What do you mean a ghost?
It's all right. Please, calm down and take a deep breath. Can you tell us what you saw?
I saw a black shadow. It ran right past me.
Oh, we know which way to go.
How could something like that happen in broad daylight?
Oh, we didn't need to investigate very long.
This is terrifying.
Bruna can't run anymore. Okay. I'm surprised that we didn't really do much fighting in this place.
Any further, we'll be out of Port Ormos. There'll be hardly any witnesses.
It's alright. I can detect a faint whiff of the scent from here. I would say he passed by this location not too long ago. It's this way. Please, follow me.
Into the woods we go. Let's see if there's anything actually going on in here. Wish I had an electro character right now. On Farina, jump. We are going up high.
The scent is getting stronger. This must be the place.
Okay. Fire apparently as well. Guess I could get my... Where's my Arlecchino team? You, I'm gonna swap with... Where's Bennett? There he is.
I won't hold you back.
What should I go for? Nah, let's go for girl. And now,
I will do as you command.
let's begin. Time for some actual fighting for once. We spent literally 3 hours not fighting whatsoever. Just trying to solve mysteries.
Oz! Are you all right? Were you attacked?
No, I'm all right. I was just chasing after that figure, and then all of a sudden, I didn't feel so hot.
Let me take a look.
The air definitely feels heavy. It smells nice, but for some reason, it's hard to breathe.
Oh no.
This feeling,
Best to get away.
I've encountered it before.
Everything looks alright. It was probably just the stress of the chase, combined with the impact of the environment. A bit of rest would do you some good.
I can't rest. Mr. Edgar is still in there. He taught my sister how to make perfume. He's a good man. I can't just abandon him to die by Curia's hand.
Oz, you need to calm down and listen to me. Edgar is the one we're after. He and Kyria are the same person.
But how is that possible? I thought you said Kyria was in his 30s. Mr. Edgar is 70-something. Changing your appearance to look decades older, that doesn't seem possible.
It is.
That's precisely why he had to resort to extraordinary measures to age himself.
A delusion.
Kyria used a delusion to bring back the Auguste flower, corroding his body in the process, just like his older sister.
No. He couldn't have. Mr. Edgar has been in Port Ormos for years. If someone started impersonating him all of a sudden, we would have noticed.
And what if the impersonation started before he ever set foot in Sumeru?
What if he literally came
I've
as
yet
the
to confirm
impersonator?
it, but I suspect Kyria killed the real Edgar in Fontaine not long after his release from prison. While Edgar was incarcerated, Kyria started making preparations to replace him, including forcefully aging his body, studying perfumery, and planning the real Edgar's demise. The new Edgar then decided to relocate to Sumeru, seemingly out of an innocuous desire to let go of the past. He even left perfume making in favor of mentoring students. But these decisions were all for a specific purpose: the need to distance himself from anyone who might see through the facade. And Sumeru fit the bill to a T, with no one around to question his identity. All he had to do was grow a beard, don a pair of glasses, make a few minor alterations to his appearance, and everyone would believe he was exactly who he claimed: Edgar, a perfumer from Fontaine. As the years went by, he removed his disguise little by little and continued to refine his skills. It would have been a gradual process, one that ensured no one around him would notice anything unusual.
That explains why Sylvain said he barely recognized Edgar back at the hotel. He aged himself decades beyond his years just so he could accomplish his revenge. Is that even worth it?
I wouldn't say that is worth it. But for some
I need
people,
to find Mr.
maybe.
Edgar. He's not that kind of person. He can't be.
What you really need is to get out of here and rest.
Yes.
No, I can keep going.
Wait! This environment is likely being influenced by the delusion. Any discomfort, no matter how slight, should not be treated lightly. I know how to relieve your symptoms, Mr. Ooze. Please come with me and rest. I'm sure Kyria... No, Edgar wouldn't want any more innocent people implicated in all this.
Kale's right. The Traveler and I will take things from here. From our brief exposure to a goose, it would seem the substance has little effect on us. This leads me to believe those blessed with a vision or capable of wielding elemental power are more resistant to the effects of
Oh, she
abnormal
actually
elemental
noticed that
energy.
we don't have a vision.
In other words, this environment doesn't pose as much of a risk to us. Actually, now that I think about it, this stronghold likely has multiple points of entry. If the target were to escape from a different point of entry, that might allow him to evade capture. I hate to trouble you, but we need people to survey the perimeter.
Thanks.
At least she managed to
Hear
convince
that?
him.
We're heading out. There's work to be done. Ooze, head back to Port Ormos and start gathering reinforcements.
Got it.
Traveler, Emily, Paimon, please be careful. For someone whose only purpose in life is revenge, there's no telling what they'll do when there's no reason to move forward.
Don't worry. This isn't the end. Not for us or for Kyria. We're not going to let a goose kill anyone else. It's time for the mythos to fade into obscurity.
Time to kill the legend. Ah, slimes.
Monsters? Perhaps they were attracted here by the increased level of elemental energy.
Take your turn, Fawn! Neutralize!
Overruled.
Come on. I do like the way that she works. Like that is shooting out damage everywhere.
I've never seen these seeds before. They must also have been created with the power of a delusion. It seems to be avoiding us, and there's no other way forward. Perhaps we could try luring it to the edge of the cliff.
Come on, move. There we go. Those are some interesting seeds.
Whoa, look at all the Auguste flowers!
Oh, wait, how did you recognize where
So
they are
many of
instantly?
them. I can't believe a single person did all this. Must have taken a lot of time.
I fear that statement is truer than you know, Paimon. Using a delusion comes at a cost. Not just time, but the time you have left to live.
Yeah, we know.
Why would Kyria need this many Auguste flowers? He only needed a few bottles of Auguste to carry out his plan, right?
Maybe it was for
Perhaps
the memory
hatred
of his...
wasn't the only emotion fueling his obsession with Auguste.
What do you mean?
Not long ago, he told me he didn't want all the flowers transported to Sumeru to wither away in a foreign land.
Oh.
But Kyria betrayed Snezhnaya, abandoned Fontaine, and lived his entire life in Sumeru under the guise of someone else. For someone with nowhere to call home, perhaps dying among a bed of Auguste flowers just like his sister is the best homecoming he could ask for.
Oh, he wants to die the same way that his sister did. And that is sad. Oh, accidentally opened that. I'm somewhat speechless
My will
for
embodied.
this story. It
Reconstitute.
is really
This'll
good.
brighten up the place.
Laid bare.
Like, I wasn't expecting to murder mystery from just seeing a flower show. Like, it took a completely different direction that I did not expect. But I would say it is a very good direction as well for it. Like, if we're gonna have more quests like this, damn, it's gonna be one hell of a show. Oh no! Went the other way. One. Go, little one. Oh, nope.
A plant that destroys seeds.
Oh.
Huh. Quite the ecological marvel. Let's head back to the place where the seeds first appeared.
Didn't mean to do that. Okay. Come on. I wish it would move faster. I mean, like, right away. Okay. Go this side. Okay. That's good. And more bridges. I do wonder how he looks with his delusion. Are we going to be able to
The
fight
scent
him?
of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end.
Because if we get to fight someone with a delusion, that will be interesting. Oh, that is a lot of flowers. Oh yeah, he's on the verge of death.
The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end.
Did they catch up that fast? No. My strength is just waning.
That's the delusion.
But it doesn't matter. This is far enough.
Wait, he drank the potion himself last time. The... Oh, that's how he looked.
This is a garden of Auguste flowers. But it's not mine. It's the one that was set on fire all those years ago in Fontaine. Yelena? Yelena! You tried to hide it from me, but I always understood. The reason why you continued to use the delusion, the reason why you set your garden on fire, it was all because of me. I shouldn't have listened to you that day. I shouldn't have taken the Mora and ran. But by the time I realized something wasn't right, there was nothing left. The flowers were gone. And so were you. I know I'm almost 20 years too late. I should have come looking for you earlier. I should have died with you that day. Yelena? Yelena!
That wasn't her wish. Her wish was for you to live.
No! Don't leave me! Please! Yelena!
And you are alive.
Emily? I'm alive. No, that's not possible. I saw her. Yelena, we were together.
That was an illusion, likely brought about by the residual toxin in your body coupled with the pollen in the air, neither of which are fatal.
No, the amount of Auguste I drank, it should have been enough.
I'm sorry to say this, but that was a fake.
A fake? But how?
We started making the preparations last night with one goal in mind: to create a perfect accord. The accord is the basis of perfume making,
the product in its most primitive form. Ambergris mixed with cedar wood, rounded out with a base note of agar wood.
This is the scent of leather?
Exactly. We're unable to extract essential oils from leather, but by combining other raw materials, we can recreate its essence. That is the purpose of an accord.
Does that mean you can recreate any scent in the whole world?
I'm afraid not. Certain fragrances in this world are simply one of a kind. That quality is what draws people in and fuels their obsessions.
If I wear a goose to the ball, I'll also be one of a kind. Our competitor already got their hands on it.
It doesn't matter how much it costs. I have to buy something better.
This fragrance will be one of a kind, no more. Myths can be deconstructed. Miracles can be recreated. All it takes is skill, experience, limitless exploration, and a little patience. The only thing left is determining where the real Auguste is hidden. Pretending to be attacked means he's not free to move around. Auguste must be hidden within reach.
Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers.
The curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar, capable of retaining heat and moisture.
Perfumes are as beautiful as flowers, and equally as delicate. When stored, you must take care to control the temperature and keep them away from direct sunlight. Did you get all that, Emily?
I got it.
She managed to recreate it. She just needed to get rid of the
Did you hear?
actual thing.
Attacked again last night.
So, Sylvain is dead. Is that right?
Yes, Master.
Wait, was she on all it?
You switched the bottles of Auguste, and then lied to me about Sylvain's death.
Convincing you that your revenge had been completed was the easiest way to get you to let down your
Oh
guard.
wait, he wasn't dead?
Impossible. Even if you found a way to switch out the bottles, there's no way you could have made an accord. If Auguste was so easy to replicate, Yelena wouldn't have.
It was a combination of rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. Those ingredients would have conflicted with each other if you tried to combine them in the past. But recently, we found a way for them to work together.
Rainbow
You just
roses,
needed time.
glaze lilies, and Cecilia's.
That's what you had.
Auguste was created over 10 years ago. All this time, people never stopped analyzing it, never stopped trying to recreate it. Perfumery techniques are advancing day by day. We've found better ways to extract essential oils, separate oils and fats. We even discovered new ways to combine fragrances together. The mythos surrounding Auguste may have been untouchable almost 20 years ago, but now it's time for it to become a thing of the past.
The past.
You've been working as a perfumer for all these years. You should have always known that it is possible to make an accord, even if only in theory. But the meaning you assigned to Auguste became so inflated, you allowed yourself to get lost in it, just like the perfume mania that captivated the public all those years ago. You believed in its divinity and grandeur. You believed it was entirely one of a kind.
In the process, you forgot. That is what the bottle of perfume. Nothing more.
Your obsession with the goose is also what allowed us to predict how you intended
This is
your
such a
plan
good
to end,
ending to the
and to
story.
make preparations in advance.
We just didn't expect it to happen so fast.
Or that you would actually activate the delusion.
Well, you hit the nail on the head now, didn't you? So, Sylvain isn't dead.
No, he's
Since
not.
you've been preparing your accord since last night, I assume you've also figured out my method, then. That means the news of Sylvain's death. The crowd gathered outside the hotel this morning.
It was all a
It was
ruse.
all an act you put
Yes,
on
it was.
the sheriff.
Yes. If we hadn't, you might have resorted to the delusion out of desperation, or continued to use your Spirit Borneal and a goose combination to wreak havoc.
Who knows? Maybe I would have just offed myself then and there.
I know if you had things your way, you would carry the truth of Edgar's demise and the secrets of this garden to the grave, but I'm sorry, Master. I don't want to see any more death. Sylvain only inhaled a small amount of poison. He's being detained as we speak. All the crimes he concealed back then will be exposed in a court of law for everyone to see, and all his secrets will be revealed. The same goes for you as well.
Is that so? Well, I suppose I'll be spending the rest of my days in a prison cell then.
Whoa, he accepted that kind of fast.
Well, he doesn't have many
I
days
don't
left.
feel the need to justify my actions, nor do I intend to repent for them. I did what I set out to do. I may have lost in the end, but it was my choice every step of the way. And if I could do it all over again... But there's no going back, is there?
Careful, everyone. This environment is dangerous. I'll lead the way.
Stick close and hurry up. You can't let Edgar die.
Looks like I'm almost out of time. Although, I do have one final question, Emily.
Of course, Master.
The combination you used to make your accord. How did you figure it out?
The scent of a goose is complex and varied, yet the main ingredient consists of a single variety of flower. So, as I was analyzing the sample yesterday, I got to thinking, what if the scent of the Auguste flower was already imbued with that complexity during its cultivation?
You're saying Yelena designed Auguste to have the scent of multiple flowers?
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, Cecilias. The perfumers of the past knew that if you combine their essential oils directly, they would just cancel each other out. It was a conundrum they could never solve. But if you cultivate a new flower species that intrinsically carries the unique features of those three scents, you can bypass that issue entirely. It goes without saying that for that time, this idea was a stroke of genius.
Yes, it was.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. Those really do seem like flowers you would choose, Yelena.
This is a sad ending. But I'd say it's also a good ending. Not long after that, the eremites rushed over. Kirei accepted his fate without saying a word. And now we're here. Well, and thus all the torment caused by the flowers has ended. I'd say it was a very good story for what it was.
Did you know? Miss Emily's releasing a new perfume! Right, I heard about that. I think it's called Yelena.
She named it after his sister.
Seems like everyone in Fontaine is talking about the new perfume you're releasing.
Oh,
I was hoping to release it without such a fuss, but the news spread way faster than I expected. I just hope it won't become the source of some new myth, especially after all the work we did to demystify Auguste.
about this perfume, did you use a code from back in Sumeru?
I did, although I made a few modifications to the formula to make the scent more pleasant and long-lasting. I actually brought a few samples with me today. I hope they're to your liking. Also, I was hoping you could try out the fragrance before I officially release it and tell me your thoughts.
Of course! A good sense of taste and sense of smell go hand in hand, you know? Just leave it to Paimon!
Just don't drink it.
Oh, it smells great!
I'm not sure what kind of feedback she has in mind.
It's alright. All feedback is worth considering.
Personally, for me,
Besides,
I
when it
don't
comes
like
to
most
perfume,
perfumes.
Commenting on whether it smells good is the most straightforward assessment you can ask for. There doesn't always have to be a deeper meaning.
For me, I have had one perfume that I can say I really liked. And that was a perfume of like, it was like a apple shaped perfume. And it was like this honey apple smell. And it actually smelled like honey. It didn't smell all chemical like most perfumes and most deodorants smell like. Because I really hate that chemical smell. I like natural smells. Like, make it smell like something real. Don't make it smell like some chemicals that you just took out of a lab.
Right! Do those flowers have some special
But that's
meaning?
just my own opinion.
Hearing their names seemed to have an effect on him.
He probably related it
If
to
I
his
had
sister.
to guess, I'd say it probably has something to do with the language of flowers.
The language of flowers? Oh, we've heard of that before! Paimon
Oh
remembers
yeah,
hearing
each flower
something
means
like,
a different thing.
the Cecilia represents the true feelings of the prodigal son?
What each flower is said to represent varies by person and across different moments in history. The same is true for the flowers that make up the scent of Auguste. After returning to Fontaine, I did some research, and it turns out the meanings of those 3 flowers can be reassembled to form a single phrase. Forget the past and keep on living. Perhaps that's the legacy Yelena always intended, not the nobility and grandeur most people associate with the goose.
A final message from the grave.
Do you think Kiria knew about that?
I don't think he did.
I paid him a
he
visit
probably
before his
did
trial and explained what I
right
found, but
as she told
he
him.
didn't seem to care. Who knows? Maybe she didn't mean anything by it at all. That was his response.
Maybe he just thought it was too late.
Yelena is gone. We'll never know what she was thinking. We can look for meaning all we want, but it'll never be anything but conjecture.
Yep.
Even if that is what she was trying to say, I would never be able to forget her. Avenging her death? That was the meaning I chose for my life. Kiria cultivated his revenge like a flower. He was committed to making it bloom, even if in the end, it didn't bear the fruit he was hoping for.
Kyrie.
In any case, he did want me to pass along his thanks. Thank you for saving my life, for giving me the chance to learn that Auguste could have carried a very different meaning. Love and hatred are a privilege of the living. When someone dies, their thoughts, feelings, and intentions die with them. In that sense, what Auguste truly represents in the language of flowers will forever remain a mystery. But even if it's only a conjecture, I would like to believe my own interpretation. The meaning we give to flowers, the symbolism we assign to our perfumes, they're constantly twisted and exploited in our imperfect world. And yet, at the very outset, they're born from the simplest and most beautiful desires we hold in our heart.
And that is the end. That is where we finish. And we got the perfume as well. Oh wait, it's an actual item that we can use. Damn. Wait, does it actually do anything? Let me check the description of this. The sample of the perfume Emily made herself. It is the base of, based on the legendary Auguste fragrance. Containing histories, tilts the bottle towards the sunlight, and you will see this flower outline of graceful text. Forget the past and keep on living.
Something you wish to report? Go on. You have my undivided attention.
I think this is the first quest where we actually got a usable item from it. Well, we had like the world quest and stuff, but I believe this is the first like character story quest where we actually got a usable item afterwards. There. This is a good memory. Well, I think this is where we are going to end. I'm just going to do select my dailies real quick. And I believe this is where we're going to end the stream today. Also because it is nearly midnight for me and I need to sleep to get to work. Tomorrow, hopefully, it's going to be a bit of an earlier stream because I usually stream around 6 o'clock.
Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. Thank you for completing.
Okay. So, for anyone that is still here, these are my socials. I usually post on Twitter or X now, everything that I'm doing and when I'm streaming. And this. And if you want to know when I'm going live or if I have any events going on, I have our Discord as well, if you want to join that.
What could the children be up to?
Let's close this off. Oh, someone's trying to join right at the end. Yeah, sure. Let's let them in real quick. Let's see what they want. Hello. What might they want? Did you need any? I still have caps lock. Should probably turn that off.
Staring into my eyes
yeah,
is ill-advised.
Let's let them do
I
it.
can't promise you'll like what you see.
Sure. So, tomorrow, the stream is going to be a recap of everything that I did during the expo. I'll be setting up a bunch of pictures and stuff and showing off all the stuff that I bought. So I'll have my camera on and you'll be able to see my hands. So I did buy a lot of stuff. Some of the stuff that I bought was a bunch of pins, a bunch of stickers to stick onto my computer, which I'll probably be doing during stream, and if people want, they can pick where on my computer the stickers are going to go. Some shaker cups with Boober on them. Some lewd art that one person recommended to me, so I went and bought it. And then some posters. Also, I got some Rhea merch as well that Leonia brought over for me. So I'll be showing that off as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. Person just collecting some flowers and stuff. They're probably like upgrade, making one of their characters, and they just need it. I think we're gonna leave off here. Confirm. And there we go. Let's go into our just chatting screen. Sitting for too long. Okay. Now, who should we raid? Do we want to raid another Genshin streamer? Let's look up anyone playing Genshin at the moment. Or we could raid one of the people that we followed over TwitchCon. Not TwitchCon. Over VExpo. Is he still streaming? No, he ended stream. Okay, let's look up someone who's playing, you know, Genshin currently. And also, I always take suggestions if anyone likes to suggest stuff. Wait. Yes, we will be raiding Avi. I have been watching her for a while. I did not know that she now has a third channel as well. Raid. So I just know her from her main channel. Hey, Sev. Seems I popped in at the last moment. Yeah. VExpo was very good. I enjoyed it very much. I will be talking about it tomorrow in detail. Tomorrow is just going to be a full-on what I did VExpo stream, showing off all the pictures, like everything that I got, all the art that I got, and everything that I did. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. But it's very nice to see you. And for the raid message, raid and raid 2. Glad to hear it. Sounds like you had a great time. Fun. Yeah, it was very nice. And I just overall enjoyed it so much. Like, everyone being there just made it like so great. I'll talk about it more tomorrow. And it will be like a full recap. Today I just wanted to play some Genshin because I had a bit of a hard day at work. So, anyway, see everyone tomorrow. And bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye. Do-do-do.